disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
We just killed those fucking men.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. Got nothing.
I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Well, alright, welcome everybody to another BD Boxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's a good friend, Mr. BDA, flying solo for the moment. I sent out a couple of calls here, waiting for everybody to arrive. In the meantime, shout out to everybody here joining us. We are live and we're going to be covering the upcoming lightweight extravaganza fight between George Kambosos and Devin Haney. Very intriguing matchup for all the marbles at lightweight. So it's a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the future of the winner and the loser, depending on who that is. Of course, we're going to be making official picks, and we're going to be opening up the phone lines so that you guys can call in and give us your predictions. All right. Now, don't be scared to give us your predictions, but also keep in mind we will be doing the usual Open Lines Friday show on Friday after the weigh-in. So you're going to have a good chance to make your official pick by then as well. And may I suggest that if you want a little boost, a little nudge on the right direction, the right pick, I suggest you join the BDA membership, the BDA Prediction League. And that way you'll get a good indication of who the experts in the Discord are picking, all right? Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. You can join the BDA membership program. You get special emojis and badges. That way, when you donate via the Super Chat, they take 30% off YouTube right off the bat. But if you join the BDA membership program, you get special badges, emojis, the whole shebang. But like I said, the most important thing is that you continue to like, subscribe, spread that BDA gospel. All right? Who we got in the chat here? Shout out to everybody listening out there. We've got Box Screen, S. Gonzalez. Now, how many Gonzalez can we have in this fucking community? One Foot Out the Door. Shout out to One Foot Out the Door. Cal L. Bray. Jacob Torres, Fast Car, Knockout Ned, Shelton Film Productions, Shadow Combat says, BDA, you said you give Haney the edge because of his ability to sniff in more. Come on, I didn't say that, man. I did not say that. But it's a good point, though. It might prove to be a deciding factor in the fight. Shout out to J Money, says, Kambosos by knockout. Whoa. My goodness gracious. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of that. As soon as we begin this program. Shout out to Sean, says Haney by KO round 10. Wow. Brian Montez, Rafael Garza. Shout out to Rafael. He says, Kambosos said Bill can't go to Australia because snitches are not allowed there. Implies Bill ratted out somebody in the past. Whoa. See, that's a big no-no in the Afro-American community. You do not snitch. You don't talk to the popos, as they say. So if that's indeed the case, I don't think that bodes well for Bill Haney. All right, so shout out to everybody here joining us. We're going to, like I said, we're going to be opening the phone lines here and get some official predictions. We're going to analyze this upcoming fight, which, like I said, it's going to be a highly entertaining affair, I believe. Or maybe not. That's the title of the video. I said, yeah, it's been heating up in the press conference and all that. But is it really going to be that type of fight, or is it going to be a lukewarm fight? For some reason, I'm thinking it's going to be a high-intensity tactical affair. But I want to hear from you fellas. Also, they had the press conference on Saturday. Now, I don't know if they're going to have one on Wednesday or on Thursday, because that's usually they have a final press conference on the week of the fight. It was quite bizarre that they had one 6-7 days before the actual fight. Well, anyway, George Kambosos came out. I hate what they're doing with George Kambosos over there in Australia. Whoever is in charge of the festivities over there, they need to let him go before the fight so that he doesn't do anything crazy again. Because what he does is they have Haney sitting on the dais, right? Now Kambosos comes out and they play a 2-minute clip, or it felt like a 2-minute clip of that 300 movie. You know, this is Sparta, blah, blah, blah. It's a 2-minute clip. Then he finally comes out. He takes 2 steps. Ooh, he's on the dais. So what was the point of all that long, drawn-out intro? It's starting to get on my nerves the way they're doing it over there in Australia. Then, I don't know if you guys saw this, George Kambosos said that Bill Haney, no, sorry, not Bill Haney, Devin Haney is a snitch because in the build-up to the Kambosos-Teofimo Lopez fight, Kambosos claims that Devin Haney texted him, hey man, Lopez ain't doing all that well with his wife, he's having issues outside the ring, blah, 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 blah. So George Kambosos accepted that. He said, hey man, it's war. I'm gonna take the intel, as it were. And now he's outing Devin Haney as being a snitch. I mean, I guess there's no honor amongst thieves because George Kambosos is outing a guy who helped him out. So I'm curious to get your thoughts, guys. Who's in the wrong here? Is anybody in the wrong? I mean, it's boxing. You know, that's what people always used to tell me. When I point out that somebody did something wrong, they always go, well, that's the way it's always been. So in this case, look, scouting missions and spying has always been done in boxing. Does that make it right? And if so, does that make it right that Kambosos is pointing that out and exposing somebody who's a snitch? Curious to hear your comments. I really want to hear from you, fellas. Speaking of hearing, I've got Gonzalo and King Bucho joining us. Guys, you there? I guess they got some...
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm talking about the Kambosos-Haney fight. Now, Kambosos is calling Devin Haney a snitch because he gave him intel prior to the Teofimo Lopez fight. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know what the fuck that was ridiculous. I don't know if he's trying to get in Devin Haney's head. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't like this. It looks too fake. The trash talk between these two guys. You're rat. You're rat. You're rat. And I go, the other guy's like, what's the definition of rat in your opinion? Like, it was just weird, cringe. I want to see the fight. Can't wait for the fight. But I don't care about this trash talk. I don't need any trash talk for this fight. This fight's great. You know, we're gonna see who the best lightweight is right now. And yeah, I don't need any trash talk.
Gonzalo, do you feel the same? Well, I know Gonzalo's a purist, so I can already tell what his answer is probably going to be. But what about you, Gonzalo? What do you think about this rat and snitching business? Is that something that has some merit, or what do you think?
It seems interesting, and especially the people over there in Australia, they're probably like, they're happy because you got this kid over there without his father. And I know now it sounds like, you know, I'm complaining because poor old little Devin Haney's there like alone. But he's a grown man. He decided to go over there. And it's not like he can't rise above the occasion and take that step and do good. I mean, in the face-off, I thought he actually looked real like stoic. And he wasn't backing down, and then he Kambosos was the one that was murmuring things under his breath, and it seems like he's overplaying it like he did against Teofimo Lopez. And with Teofimo Lopez it worked. Actually, I said to myself, this dude, he's actually tough. But now with Devin Haney, he's just stoic and he's staring right through Kambosos, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think Devin Haney's staying cool, calm, and collected as she should, because George Kambosos, you know, when he fought Lopez, or in the build-up to the Lopez fight, a lot of people saw Lopez as the bad guy, but Kambosos was giving as good as he was getting, and oftentimes he was the one instigating a lot of this trash talking. So it seems to me now that Kambosos is the trash talker, and Devin Haney is just saying, hey, man, we'll let because it's interesting, because Devin Haney usually talks a lot on Twitter. But right now he's being silent, and I think it could be a smart strategy from his part. The other thing that I wanted to bring up here, and this is my point of view, a lot of people talk about how Kambosos is actually going to have the advantage at home. But may I present a differing point of view here? Kambosos is a bit of a road warrior. He fought in the United States, against Mickey Bay. He fought Teofimo Lopez in his hometown of New York City. I think he fought Lee Selby in England, even though there was no crowd, but still, it was, he was out of his own country. And that's the other thing, fighting in the bubble too. That takes that's not comfortable for a lot of these guys. So you got to give him credit for that. But now fighting at home, though, so a lot of people could surmise, well, if he's a road warrior, that means he's going to be comfortable at home. Could be the opposite, though. Could be the opposite, because now this is a big event. The Lopez fight was a big event, but nowhere near what the type of hype it's probably getting right now in Australia. He probably has a bunch of media obligations to live up to, talk shows, radio shows, you name it. And then he's probably got people harassing him for tickets, people down at the pub. Oh, can I got a ticket for the fight, mate? So that can add a lot of stress, too. He might get overconfident. Hey, we've seen guys, they go at home, they think everything's hunky-dory, and the pressure gets to them. So I know it's just speculation, but do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. The other thing I want to ask
it happened to the Scottish guy. What's his name? Josh Taylor, with all the belts.
You're absolute. That's a great. You know what, Gonzalo? I was trying to think of a recent example. That's a great example. Josh Taylor in Scotland, thinking, "Hey, I'm the big guy. I've beat everybody. So Jack Carroll isn't going to be that big of a deal." And whoop, he ends up losing the fight. At least in my eyes and a lot of people's eyes. But Gonzalo, let me ask you this then. Who are you picking for this fight? Let's just get right down to it. Cut the bullshit.
I'm going to have to take about 2 more days to really give like a detailed or until I can come up with who's going to win. Because at first, man, I thought these guys threw a lot of punches together. It's kind of like difficult to see who's gonna win, man. If it's a chess match, if it's fought at a pace where, let's say, Kambosos is like the aggressor, and Haley's not holding the center of the ring. He's getting on the ropes. He's throwing one punch at a time. He's not gonna win. It happened also. We went back into the day. I was watching one fight last week. Jose Luis Ramirez versus Pernell Whitaker in France. Ramirez, he was pushing Whitaker back, but Whitaker was on the back 20. He actually won the rounds. He was outscoring Ramirez, but Ramirez, just like the sheer aggression and the whole thing, you got to take it from the champion. It used to be very popular back then, but we don't know the set of rules that we know the rules, but we don't know what's gonna like favor like the Australian people. Or the people over, I know maybe it's the same judges, but that causes like a certain influence. And at the end of the day, what are they gonna like? Because boxing is subjective, right? Are they gonna pick the guy that actually presses forward? And although Haney might win on points, it's not gonna be enough. And it's just like more about qualifying which punch you like better. Pretty much they threw about the equal amount of punches, and maybe Haney he throws a little bit more, but I doubt it, because if he throws a single shot at a time. And they're not necessarily power punches, because he's not known to have power, and it doesn't look like he's snapping Kambosos' head back. He's not going to get the credit, so he's got to hold the center of the ring, and he's got to put his punches together, and he's got to fight like he did against Linares. But when you risk and you open yourself up like to win decisively, and you want to put on a show, you also risk getting countered back. You're going to give that dude the opportunity to do his work and possibly hurt you. So right now I'm kind of favoring, for those reasons, Kambosos.
So, but the fact that you said that you need 2 more days to pick the winner, can we surmise that it means that in your head it's still a close fight?
Yeah, because these guys have a lot of skill, and I have to look at Haney's jab, and I think they're about the same height, and so I just got to look at those things. But it's really complicated, especially in Australia, because they're going to favor and we know that at least Kambosos brings it. He did against a bigger puncher in Teofimo Lopez. So can he still come forward, and maybe he has to deal with the speed of Haney, but is that going to detour him from still like landing his shots? And at the end of the day, they're going to say, Kambosos is coming forward, and then the judges are going to give him the rounds.
Well, that's Bucho. Then let me ask you this, Bucho. I mean, there's some people picking Kambosos by knockout. They're saying that he hits hard enough and that Haney's chin is suspect. That's what they're saying. I've been reading that in certain message boards. Some people in the chat are saying that. Butcher, what do you think? How much is the power thing here going to play a factor into the fight, if at all? You're on mute, Butcher. You're on mute.
I think they're going to trade knockdowns, by the way. The power's there. I think Kambosos has more power. And I'm just simply, saying this because of what I saw against Teofimo Lopez. I mean, he did drop Teofimo Lopez. But I was thinking, that that Kambosos against Teofimo Lopez fight, it was high intensity.
Mm-hmm.
Will will Kambosos fight the same way? Or should he fight the same way?
Well, that's
what I'm asking myself.
Yeah, and that's why I said if it doesn't turn into that type of fight, then that means it's probably because it's Haney who's controlling the fight. The problem is here, I can see Haney being the more skilled guy with the higher IQ, but now the question then becomes by how much? Is it enough? Is the gap in IQ substantial enough that he can control and shut down Kambosos? Remains to be seen. I've kept saying over and over for the past couple of months now that his jab is much better than Kambosos, and that could be the X factor. But we won't know until they actually show up in there and we see how their styles mesh. But you see, like you said,
didn't Teofimo Lopez have a great jab as well?
No.
And
some people, after the Lomachenko fight, you're right. Some people were saying that, man, he controlled Loma with the left hand, which I didn't see. I mean, I guess maybe I'm missing it.
Yeah,
but
was that the type of Philly shell that Teo used? That guard sucked, man.
Against Kambosos, you mean, or?
Yeah, against Kambosos, exactly.
He was wide open for those overhand rights. Never really quite seemed to.
That's why I don't see Teo. Yeah, will Haney be open like that? I don't think so. And it feels to me like Teofimo Lopez fought with a lot of emotions in that fight.
He's a highly charged emotional guy in the ring.
Yeah, we saw it throughout the press conference before the Kambosos Teofimo Lopez fight, screaming and yelling, jumping around like a kid. Oh, I can't wait to knock him out! And then, he gets dropped early in the fight. He gets even more angry. He feels embarrassed that he was dropped by this guy. And then I'm just trying to, rip your head off now, And he threw any sort of plan out the window, if he even had a plan. And Teofimo Sr. wasn't even helping in the corner. So, yeah, it just went from a bad beginning to the fight to like a worse thing, It just got even worse for him. But in the case of Devin Haney, he seems a more composed type of boxer. He has a high ring IQ. If he manages to keep that, it's gonna be problems for Kambosos. I'm just wondering about the crowd though, and the fact that Haney doesn't have his father in the corner.
And I gotta wonder if that whole snitching thing is getting under his skin a little bit. By the way, shout out to Rex for his contribution with the super chat. He says George just needs to be careful not to get his glove stuck up Haney's pothole-sized nostrils when he throws that uppercut. Oh, come on! I mean, hey Butcher, it's not me, man. I'm not instigating any of that, man. It's people. shout out to Rex for his contribution with the super chat. But let me ask you this, Gonzalo. Haney has fought Linares, who had a good hand speed, but reduced hand speed at 34, 35 years of age. This is the first time he's fighting a guy that might be just as fast, if not maybe a little tad less faster, slower though. But he's still a very quick guy. It's certainly the fastest guy he's ever fought. How do you think he's going to handle that speed?
That's the thing, because I think with Linares, it's not that his obviously he's not as fast as he probably was. But Linares couldn't really let his hands go because Haney was throwing like a lot of punches and was keeping him so busy that he couldn't pull the trigger to land the right punch when he needed to. And if you're thinking something and the moment comes to pass, 2 seconds later, you're going to be like, Julio Cesar Chavez, I can't let my hands go because that shot is not there anymore. That window closed. And Haney, he's got good legs. He'll get on you. He'll mirror you with the legs. He'll get the distance. He'll start releasing his hands, and with that speed and the timing that he has, it creates power, and it shakes your head that it takes a second for you, I believe, in my opinion, for you to get your shit together. And the way he fought, it wasn't like one punch at a time. It's what we wanted to see from Devin Haney. And the Zone was having a field day with that. It's like, yeah, man, Devin Haney, he's really doing good. And it was an exciting fight. But while you do that, yeah, for Kambosos, it might be difficult, just like for anybody else, to deal with the speed. But it's going to be like, it's going to come to a time where somebody's going to read that. If you're not careful, that if you're doing the same thing over and over again, the opening is going to be there. And that's what happened with Linares. Linares finally, like towards the tail end of like the 10th round, he caught him with like 2-3 seconds left on the clock because Devin Haney lost a little bit of focus thinking that was it. You know, I got this guy battered like all the time, so therefore he's never going to respond, but he did. Kambosos got to do the same thing. He's got to pick his shots and find the opportunity because he's definitely going to get overwhelmed, I believe. But he's aggressive too. He's not like Linares. So he might struggle, no, but this dude's he's gonna come get it. And whether he gets hit or not, he used to train with Manny Pacquiao. He used to see a lot of punches fly down his way. So he can deal with that. That's why I think he's good. But yeah.
Hey, that's true. The Pacquiao sparring, that's gotta pay dividends long term. And maybe that's why he had balls against Lopez, because he thought, hey, I spar with Manny Pacquiao, I can take this guy. Bucho, let me ask you this, man. A lot of people in the chat now, I'm trying to read the chat while I'm paying attention to you guys, and it seems some people are picking Kambosos without a doubt. Then other people are saying Haney's too good, Kambosos is a one-hit wonder. Is Kambosos being underrated again, just like he was going into the Lopez fight?
First of all, people who have no doubt about who's gonna win, I think they're lying.
Oh,
or they don't. No, I mean, come on. This is a very close fight, and even you can see Gonstradamus that we have over here. Gonstradamus, he is not even making a pick right now. He has to wait. Still, you know, his powers are not working today. So that tells you something. This is a very close fight. Now, is Kambosos being underrated? Of course he is. Of course, because you know, he didn't take that same path that Devin Haney took. He wasn't being
groomed,
promoted as the next Mayweather. He wasn't supposed to beat Teofimo Lopez. He beat Teofimo Lopez, and you know, some people still think that was a fluke, and so it's kind of understandable that they still don't believe in Kambosos. But we'll see what happens this Saturday.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people look at the Kambosos-Lopez fight and they go, Lopez fought a stupid fight. And I'm thinking, well, whose fault is that? Number one. Number two, how do we know Kambosos didn't make him fight that way? I mean, he certainly got under his skin before the fight. That's psychological warfare. That's part of boxing, even though it's not happening in the ring. You could make the argument that that's part of the fight. A lot of people often say the fight starts as soon as they're face-to-face outside the ring. So, and you gotta also wonder, what could Lopez have gone differently? If he would have stepped back and become counterpuncher, would he not have been outworked by Kambosos either way? Because that brings me up to another thing here. Hold on a second, where is it? Okay, so let's take a look at Haney's CompuBox numbers against Linares, which I think is still his best win. I invite you to look at the total punches thrown. Hold on a second. As you can see here, Haney threw 675 shots. Linares threw 620, landed 116. That's not peanuts. He landed his share of shots in there. Of course, Haney outlanded him 215. A lot of those were jabs. He threw 309 jabs. That was the bulk of his attack. Now, real quick, if you look at Lopez versus Kambosos, Kambosos threw 565 shots. No, sorry. Kambosos threw 739. 739. He let his hands go against a guy with fast hands and power. So what can we take away from these stats, if anything?
He's willing to trade. He's just willing to give as much as he gets.
Yeah, that's why I think this could turn out to be a highly intense tactical fight. And I don't know, man. The other factor here is Devin Haney. He's looking very big. He's been looking big in the last couple of years. Some people are saying that he's struggling maybe to make lightweight. He's talked about moving up to junior welterweight because he's just time to move up. Somebody posted a picture of his Instagram and he looks shredded already, which means either he's already close to 135 or he's not close to 135 and he's already shredded, meaning what the heck is he going to lose at the weigh-in in order to make weight? So the question then also becomes, if he's struggling to make weight, that could impact the long term of the fight because Kambosos is a good tank. Kambosos is a very good tank. Just look at the Lopez fight. He got dropped. It seemed as if he was going to get stopped. And then he caught his second wind and Lopez couldn't take him out. So it's an intriguing fight. It's a highly intriguing fight. Now, here's the other thing that I wanted to bring up. We talked about in the last episode about how, again, Bill Haney is not going to be able to go to Australia. And we were talking about how supposedly he's going to be on a tablet or on an iPad, whatever, one of those Android devices. And he's going to be in the corner that way. So I started thinking about it and I said, well, wait a minute. There's going to be a crowd, probably 10,000 or more people. I don't know what the capacity is for where they're holding the fight at, but it's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of raucous. Then they're going to have the music playing during the 1 minute rest period. So I don't know if you guys, most of you know how to use a tablet and a phone, an Android device. You know that if you take away your earphones, that little speaker that they got, it's got shitty audio. So what's the so is he just going to be trying to read Bill Haney's lips? I mean, at this point, is this just a morale thing, or is it even worth it to have Bill Haney there in the corner via laptop?
Yeah, well, it's going to look crazy. If you need headphones and you got your gloves on, then all of a sudden it's breaking up like Discord or whatnot, Messenger, and it ain't working, man. What are you going to do? Are you going to really concentrate and pay attention to listening to somebody that way? It seems pretty hard with all that crowd.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's I don't know. I think it might be more of a nuisance than they think, or actually, it might hurt more than it helps. Is what I'm trying to say. So maybe they should ditch the whole iPad Zoom call with Bill Haney during the fight and just say, you know what, because it's going to be Ben Davison, right? That's what I'm thinking. Is he still with Devin Haney, right? Come on, somebody help me out. I think
it's Sam Judah's father.
Oh, it's not Ben Davison anymore, huh? Interesting.
So he's gonna be on a laptop.
No, well, not a laptop.
Oh,
but they said they were like a tablet or iPad or one of those. Yeah.
Like Max Headroom.
Max Headroom was on TV, first of all, which they didn't have iPads. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's gonna be a big detached head there.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna try it. And if they do, it's gonna look ridiculous. But then again, this is boxing. Nothing would surprise me. Nothing surprises me anymore. But man, let me tell you, we're gonna open up the phone lines, man. So we get some predictions here because I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what people say about this fight.
Let's write them. Are we writing them down?
Absolutely. I got the document here ready so that I can write them down. Because again, I'm intrigued, man. It's Kambosos. Look, Devin Haney, in my mind, he should win this fight. I got it 55-45 in favor of Kambosos. Haney, sorry. I got Haney the slight favorite. But if you want to criticize Kambosos for looking vulnerable, hold on a second. If you want to criticize him for looking vulnerable there in certain parts of the Lopez fight or the Mickey Bay fight or the Lee Selby fight, yeah, that's fine. But I mean, are we just gonna let Devin Haney skate by the fact that he couldn't stop Gamboa and that he couldn't stop Linares? I mean, these are guys that everyone that beats them, you're supposed to stop them, and he couldn't do that. So it's not like he's a perfect fighter either. In terms of flash and in terms of pound for pound status, pound for pound talent and skill, I think Shakur Stevenson is better than Devin Haney. Now, whether Stevenson has the balls to do what Haney's doing, I don't know. Remains to be seen. But for the moment, Haney, he's not without his faults too. And I know that pisses him. Yeah.
Because Haney has been tested at this point. I mean, not tested like the way he's going to be tested on Saturday, obviously. But that Linares fight, to me, showed that this guy can be composed in a tough situation. Can maintain his composure in a tough situation. I mean, he was hurt in the 11th, I believe, or whatever at the end, and he managed to survive. So if things start going a little bit on the dangerous side. He might be able to survive this. Now, the reason why this is different, obviously, is because he's fighting in fucking Australia. And somebody just wrote in the chat that there's gonna be 50,000 people there. I don't care who the fuck you are, man. That's gonna, it's you're fighting under bright lights here.
I remember when Golovkin fought Canelo, and Golovkin had fought in Rubio in LA, high capacity crowd there as well. New York against David Lemieux and Daniel Jacobs. So you think, okay, he's fighting in front of a big crowd. But then when he fought against Canelo, he seemed in the early rounds a little tight. Then once he got going, I thought, he beat Canelo. But in those early rounds, it seemed like he was the pressure got to him a little bit. So you're right, Bucho. A lot of times people look at these guys and they go, yeah, but they're professionals. They tune out the crowd when the bell rings, which is true to a certain extent. But that may take a little time too to adjust to that. So you never know, man. You never know. It's certainly something to consider.
Yeah, if
you're thinking that
like he did against Linares, he's got to fight the perfect fight. He can't make no mistakes. If he gets hurt like he did against Linares, they might even score that a 10-8 round. Just go back to Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. Man, Jeff Horn, Manny Pacquiao, he fucking beat Jeff Horn from pillar to post, and still he didn't get the win. Now, if George Kambosos is able to do that to Haney like Linares hurt Haney, they're going to give Kambosos 10-8 rounds if the fight's pretty close leading to to the end. So he's got to fight the perfect fight, or if not, he's going to lose it on the scorecards, man, for sure. I don't know why I feel like that, but you guys see that the writing's on the wall.
And Haney must know this. Every boxer knows that when you go to another guy's hometown, when you travel, when you leave the United States, you're gonna be behind in the scorecards, and and don't tell me that Haney's gonna be like, oh, I didn't know they're gonna rob me. Of course, you knew that their judges might rob you. That's why nobody wants to fucking travel to begin with. Well, one of the reasons I would say. Well, Haney knows this, and the thing is, this Haney has to step it up. And like Gonzalo said, I mean, if there's a close round, Haney fucking must know that they're gonna give it to Kambosos.
Bucho,
man, these fights, if Haney wins this fight, we gotta give him tons of fucking credit.
Listen, I agree with you about the fighting abroad thing, but it goes both ways too. Just to clarify, because Haney, when Kambosos fought Lopez in the United States, Lopez's hometown, the two of the judges gave Lopez the last round and some other round that was a clear Kambosos round. So, it goes both ways. People that claim, but I get what you're saying. The American fighting abroad, since he's the foreigner.
Right, because I mentioned that because rarely do we see any Americans fight abroad.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, Roy Jones. Yeah.
That
we have a bunch of phone calls, man.
All right. Well, let's get right down to it. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Really helps us out. All right. Let's get to the phone calls here so that you can give us your pick. Don't forget to be concise and precise and get to the point. All right. 520. You're on the air. 520. What's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I was gonna say that I honestly think Haney is a better boxer. I'm not quite sure what 50,000 fans are going to do against Haney. That's it's not set in his corner, but not having his father also, prohibits a lot of things that, he gets from his corner. The only thing I would say about this is that it might be a closer fight than I once thought of. I thought it would just be a clean sweep from Haney, but right now I might be seeing it 7-5 or 8-4. And the last thing I wanted to say is I'm kind of surprised that I know that this is undisputed and everything, but I've heard very little about the Inoue fight, and I also think that's going to be a very, very good one on Tuesday. It's going to be for unification. The last time Inoue fought this guy, Nanito, it was fight of the year in 2019, I believe, for the Super Series. And it was an amazing fight. Inoue got his order bone fractured, and he was seeing double for most of the fight. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that match as well, because I also think that's a good one coming up.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. We're gonna be covering that one when it comes down to it. For the moment, it's like you said, Kambosos versus Haney. Let me get First of all, what do you want us to call you? Nickname, whatever. And I gotta get your prediction here.
You could just call me Zero. Like I said, I'm seeing it going the distance, and Haney winning either 8-4 or 7-5. But I see a clear victory from Haney.
Fantastic. All right. Well, listen.
But thanks everybody. Shout out to the panel and everybody else on the chat. Hit the like, and I'll call back some other time.
All right. Fantastic. Zero. You said Zero, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to call you Zero, and that wasn't the name. Right, thank you, man. Yeah, because I at some point I thought, is he saying zurdo or zorro, like a fox in Spanish, but he said Zero, so maybe it's like Sub-Zero or something cool like that. All right, let's go to another phone call here. 321, you're on the air. 321, what's on your mind? 321, you're on the air.
Is that me?
That's you.
All right. You can call me Machiavelli, because I still live. I mean, everything that's going on here with this fight. Now, you put the stats up.
Yes.
We've seen the numbers, right? Everybody's sitting here like acting like Devin Haney is all this. Like, dude, the dude never really fought anybody yet. Like, we just have Kambosos that just dominated Timofimo, and Timofimo has fought some bad dudes. You know what I'm saying? And we're over here. Well, there's certain people over here like, oh, this is gonna be close. I don't think this fight is gonna be close. I think the combinations inside the pocket. Did you see how Timofimo couldn't hang with Kambosos in the pocket? Like once Haney gets in that pocket and he feels that power, it's gonna change his whole mindset. Because remember, this guy went in with Pacquiao. Like he's already going in there like, you ain't gonna do what Pacquiao can do, and he's gonna go in there with like some people in the chat were saying like he has like a splash of Pacquiao in him. I don't understand how people are saying, oh, this is gonna be a close fight. I don't feel it's gonna be a close fight. I think this fight is gonna be a lot more easier for Kambosos, where people are gonna be like, oh shit, they're gonna be like, wow. They're going to be like, wow. Because with Timofimo and Kambosos, nobody...
Sorry to interrupt you, Machiavelli, but I got to ask you, why do you think that is, and why do you think people are underrating Kambosos again?
You know why? Because it's because we're Americans, and we're over here in the United States, and we don't believe... And never in history have we seen a fighter like Kambosos. That's what makes it very different. Because there's never been a fighter from Australia that can beat the blacks, the whites, or the Spanish, or whatever. You know, it's genetically altered now. Now Kambosos actually has the actual skills, the power, the speed, the training. He has everything in here, and I feel that it's time. It's his time right now, and I feel like I don't think an Australian, other than what's his name. It starts with a C, Kawasaki or whatever. I don't think that. I don't think that history has shown yet a fighter like Kambosos, and I believe that he's a one of a kind. And when he puts that easy work on Haney, people are going to be like, "Yo," they're going to be like, "Yo," because if you look at that Timofimo Lopez fight. Look at it. Look at when he gets in there in the mix in the booth. When he gets in the pocket with Timofimo, like, you think Haney's going to get in the pocket with Timofimo Lopez? Nobody wants to get in the pocket with Timofimo Lopez, but he was right there. He was standing toe-to-toe with, we can say, arguably the hardest puncher in the division, and he was actually hurting that guy. And then we're over here, and everybody's like, oh, it's going to be a close fight. No, I don't believe it's going to be a close fight. How is that possible? And Haney really hasn't fought nobody yet, other than Linares. He hasn't fought no one yet.
I admire your confidence, and just for the record, my OCD is kicking in. I do have to bring in Jeff Fennick. Arguably he beat Zuma Nelson the first time. Zuma Nelson was from Ghana, from Africa. So technically, he wasn't African American, to your point. But in any event, yeah, Australia has had its share of good fighters. But now, Machiavelli, I gotta ask you then, because we gotta move on to other calls. Official prediction.
I say about in 9 rounds. I say we're gonna see. I feel that Haney is gonna get put on his canvas for the first time. We're gonna see that early in the first 3 rounds, and then the next 4 rounds, it's just gonna be that Haney when he realizes and he starts thinking about his dad and he's there alone, and when things start settling in, I say that I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. I don't feel that this should continue. I feel like it's going to be a referee stoppage late. I say 9 to 10 rounds. I think the referee's going to have to step in, and he's going to have to just stop Kambosos because this guy is just... Haney's going to be taking a lot more punishment than everybody in this room is thinking. Haney's going to take a lot of punishment when he feels that power because that white boy hits hard, dude. That dude hits hard.
Hey, that's the other thing I wanted to ask you.
Hard.
That's the other thing. Okay, so you're saying Kambosos by stoppage, right? Is that what I... do I write that down?
Kambosos will win by stoppage. I feel that the referee will do the right thing, and he would have to stop the fight because I don't feel Haney's ready for this type of level that Kambosos is on.
And I wanted to ask you one last thing.
Nobody can say, oh, because he's this, because he's that.
Right. But one last thing before we move on, because we got other callers. So, what do you think about what the people? Because I get the sense that the people that are picking Haney are doing so because they feel that he's that much better as a high IQ, long range boxer. So, you obviously disagree with that.
Yeah, you got to understand. You can't judge his IQ because he hasn't really been in there with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? We can judge Kambosos' IQ because Timofimo is whipping everybody's ass left and right. You know, so we can't really judge his IQ as far as yet. This fight right here, we're gonna see the measuring stick. We're gonna truly see how good is Haney in this fight. We're gonna really see how good is this guy because if this guy washes him out in like 5 rounds, don't be surprised. The dude is on a different level. Like I don't see what Haney brings if he thinks he's gonna bring a jab and thinks he's going to box him on the outside and think he's going to win the fight. No, because you can get robbed too. So he's going to be forced in a position where he's going to be maneuvered to fight and get in that pocket. And once he gets in there, he's going to get it, just like Timofimo got it. And Timofimo got a great chin, but he got it. And
that's
if
the
he
thing,
can catch Timofimo in the first round...
That's the thing, though. People are saying, though, what about the Linares win from Haney? He outboxed Linares, not easy to do.
But Linares is old. He's past his prime. Like, we can't measure that stick. We can't use that as a measuring stick because Linares is literally past his prime. Not only that, he hurt him. The old dude hurt the young guy. And if he gets caught with one of those hits, Kambosos, go watch that Timofimo Lopez fight again. Go see when this guy connects. This guy hits very hard. He's like a Ryan Garcia. He hits very, very hard. You can see with the technique. You know, the technique and the position of somebody's feet and their torque in their upper body, you can see how hard this guy hits. And if Haney thinks that he's going to wobble around at the end of the round, he's lucky it was the end of the round. Who knows if Linares had 30 more seconds, he would have stopped Haney. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the calculations into effect.
All right, well, listen, Machiavelli. Hold on, Jimmy. Machiavelli, we do have to move on to other calls, but try to get in on the Open Lines Friday show. Open panel, all right, man? Because you're making a lot of sense there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody make sure you hit the like button. It helps with the algorithms. Hit the subscribe button. Don't sit there and not do it. BDA, thank you.
Thank you for calling in, Machiavelli.
For having me on.
Well, thank you for calling in, Machiavelli.
You guys be safe. Have a good time, man.
You too, man. All right, that was Machiavelli, man. I'm telling you, we got all sorts of predictions here. Jimmy, yes, go ahead.
That's all I was going to say. I was going to recommend he calls in on the panel on Friday.
Yeah, man, because, we're getting
it wasn't because he was going on, but I know you have to get, move it along too. But I figured because he liked, to give his opinion, that's all. Trying to pump up the show on Friday.
Well, I suspect we're going to get the opposite as soon with some of these calls. I think we're going to get somebody that's going to pick Haney definitely and make the same arguments he was making, but on the Devin Haney side. So let's get to it. And don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. All right, let's get to it. 347, you're on the air. 347, what's on your mind?
Yeah, what's up, B? So, listen, Kambosos calling Haney a rat just shows the Australian school system and needs to be fixed. Because at the end of the day, right, how is a rat, first of all, Haney doesn't even like Teofimo. They're actually their opposition, right? So they don't like each other. They didn't like each other. So why would he, how is that rat and how is that snitching? He's not friends with Teofimo. Yeah, he's giving you the game plan or whatever to beat Teofimo. He's, telling you Teofimo's having problems with his wife. Yeah, because he wanted to win. He probably thought that Teofimo wasn't going to fight him. At the end of the day, I'm being realistic. Teofimo wasn't going to fight him. He's probably going to move up or fight Loma a rematch because WBO already mandated Loma to be WBO. Loma was high in WBO rankings, but anyway, Kambosos is a clown. Kambozo. Listen, bro.
But MMA champ, I gotta ask you. MMA champ, I gotta ask you. I get your point, but you're from the mean streets of New York. If you were to fight a guy from Australia, say, and the American guy is snitching over to the Australian dude, wouldn't you and your boys do something about it in the streets?
Listen. I am a civilian. I don't know anything about crime. But anyway, now also let's also get this straight, right? Teofimo is Honduran. His parents are from Honduras, right? He's a fat nose, big nose Honduran. So at the end of the day, he's not from America. Well, he was born in America, but his heritage is not there. His parents are literally from there. It's not like his grandparents are from there. His parents, Teofimo Sr., the crackhead, was born there. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I think Haney it's gonna be a clear cut decision where Haney's gonna box him. He's gonna school him, and Kambosos is gonna be so shook after Haney is done with him. He's gonna be jumping with the kangaroos. So this is gonna be. But yeah, shout out to everybody.
All right.
Haney, it's Haney time. Let's go.
All right, shout out to MMA champ, always bringing the fire. I got him down for Haney by conclusive and concise and decisive, unanimous decision. That's what he said. All right, let's go to 678. 678, you're on the air. 678, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I just want to say real quick, I find it funny how MMA says, Haney. I always picture him like on all fours and his head hitting back. Haney.
Nah, come on, man. Come on, that's uncalled for there, Soothsayer. That is uncalled for.
Anyway, look,
yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Haney's been tugging at my heartstrings just with like different things that he does, man. That's why it's conflicting. You got to respect him for taking the fight, right? Going to Australia, signing that clause that he has to come back if he loses or whatever. So that's commendable right there. But then he loses me with that weirdo, that black shepherd guy. I don't know what he is, like his hype man.
Oh, the pimp, yeah.
Right? Then he gets me back. His dad can't be there. I have a good relationship with my dad, so I can see, that I can. But then he fucking is the one texting Kambosos about Teofimo. Isn't it ironic that the black channels say that he's their American boxer, and yet he's the one betraying a fellow American?
Hey, man, that's something you should take up with them. That's a good point. It seems like they're not keeping the same energy, as they like to say. Well, anyway, Soothsayer, what's your prediction, man? I'm curious.
Yeah, I got Kambosos, 5th round stoppage / KO.
Whoa. Very specific. All right, Kambosos 5th round stoppage. All right, Soothsayer, anything else you want to say before we move on?
Yeah, there's no easy way out.
All right.
There's no start of love.
How many drinks have you had, man? It's only 6 p.m.
Living
All right.
in can't be wrong.
All right, I'm going to hang up on him. Soothsayer, thanks again, man. Catch you on the next one. I had to hang up on it, man. Fuck.
All right, Jesus Christ.
Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to... don't forget to hit the like, by the way. 310, you're on the air. 310, what's on your mind?
Boom Boom guy representing LDBC.
Oh.
What's happening?
What's up, Boom Boom?
Nothing much, man. Finally, this is the fight I've been waiting for, man. This is the fight I first got on the channel and started arguing with Jimmy about. You know, this is, I mean, it's time. No more talking, no more running. It's time. Fight prediction. I got Haney, either unanimous decision or, and get ready for this, knockout.
Oh.
That's how much I believe in Haney. Haney, he's been working hard, man. I think all this adversity, you know, it's just making him more focused. Kambosos is trying to get in his head with these war game tactics. I think it's just going to end bad for him. So I think the first fight is going to play out well. You know, Haney's a way better fighter. You know, people don't even realize if this fight was in America, first of all, the odds would be way over in Haney's corner. Like, it wouldn't even be close. He would literally be the all-time favorite in an undisputed match. It's no 50-50. But since it's in Australia, there's other factors weighing into the odds and how people feel about it. Kambosos is not a bum, but he's not on Haney's level.
Interesting.
So he's gonna Haney's gonna come out strong like he always do. Haney tends to fade in the later rounds, and I think that's when Kambosos is gonna have to play catch up. Kambosos is gonna have to win it, you know, in the later rounds. Then I want to say this about Kambosos. Kambosos says, I'm trying to get Bill Haney to come to the fight. I'm trying to get him cleared. And then they say, okay, we're gonna have Bill Haney come in virtually. Kambosos' team rejects it. Say no, he doesn't want that. He's talking out of both sides of his mouth. This guy's a fraud, and I'm glad this is going to be over.
All right, hey, Boom Boom. Though I gotta push you though, because you said KO or unanimous decision, but you can only choose one. It's a binary thing here, so either unanimous decision or stoppage. You let me know, man.
I'm going to say unanimous decision. It's going to be a world-class performance. Haney knows what he has to do. He's going to run away from this, like, not run, but he's going to run away with the fight. As far as he's not going to Teofimo Lopez's guy. He's not going to come in and try to knock him out and look over him. He's seen what happened to Teo. So he's not going to, slack on this guy. He's ready. Kambosos was an unknown before Pacquiao was his sparring partner. He was an unknown before he beat Teo. All of a sudden, you got new Kambosos fans coming out the woodworks. Why? Because they were Devin Haney haters. And I'm glad Devin Haney is doing it this way. He's going to Australia not once, but twice. He doesn't have his dad. All these, things just make for a greater undisputed match. This is why the fight is selling, because everything Haney is going through.
All right, well, listen, that's an interesting prediction right there. We'll certainly love to hear from you after the fight. All right, Boom Boom, thank you for calling in, as always, and we'll catch up.
I want to hear from Jimmy after the fight. I want to hear from Jimmy. I want to hear him admit it.
What?
Come on, man.
I
want to hear him.
What did I?
I want to hear you say Devin Haney is that man.
Why? When was I bashing Devin Haney's abilities? I said that Lomachenko was going to get the fight, but that's not important at the time because he ended up staying in Ukraine. But that's all you and I were arguing about. We weren't arguing about anything about skills.
Oh, I know, but I remember you having Kambosos. You were saying you were leaning toward Kambosos, and I know you were bashing Haney on a few things though. You were bashing on him. That he hasn't been tested.
All right, well, listen, Boom Boom, we gotta move on to
respectfully.
All right, well, listen, try to get in there on the Open Lines Friday so we can discuss this some more. For the moment, we got to get to other phone calls. And also, make sure to send Vladimir Putin a thank you card, because without him, Lomachenko wouldn't be in the Ukraine right now fighting. So, shout out to you, Boom Boom. Catch you on the next one, all right, man? Take it easy.
I don't know about fighting, but yeah, he's out there.
All right, yeah, that's true. Yeah, all right, take it easy, man. All right, let's get to another phone call here. Let's get to 346. Hold on a second. It's loading up. 346, you're on the air. 346, what's on your mind?
Hey, what up, man? It's a logical man, dude. Hey, I see why Boom Boom believe, stepdads are not simps, and he's part of LGBT. A lot of side babies over there. A lot of side babies over that side. But listen, what I want to say, man. Haney versus Kambosos is 50-50, dude. I can't believe he said that Haney might get a knockout. Haney doesn't have power for that, dude. I don't see it yet. Maybe he might not be completing his grown man strength, but I haven't seen him really knock out guys that's really over B level, you know. But Kambosos has a big chance. I mean, even though I say it's 50-50, man, Kambosos got that power. He's fast. He's really good on the inside. And he has no mercy. I like that 300 when he's saying no mercy because he's not going to let him slide like Linares did. Because Linares, he got popped too, but Linares let stuff off the hook. You know, if Kambosos hurt Haney, he's going to fucking battle him, dude. He's not going to stop. He's going to be rough with him. He's going in. Then he's in Australia. I doubt the judge would be like trying to stop, you know, Kambosos from being rough. So, man, this could be his first time, you know, on that mat.
Interesting. So you're saying, so what's your official prediction then?
Official, if it goes 12, Haney by a very close margin, or Kambosos TKO.
You gotta go with one, man.
I gotta go with one.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I'm going Kambosos TKO, man. I gotta say it because of Haney's competition. Yes, he fought some good guys, but man, Kambosos, man, this dude is not playing, man. He's coming for war.
All right.
And if Haney ain't got enough power and he have enough skills on him, if he's not, we say Haney's all this good, but can he really do what how Shakur did Valdez? We don't know, man. But this Kambosos, man, he's coming for war, man. So I'm going Kambosos TKO.
All right. Well, listen, Logical Man, thank you for calling in. Thank you for the prediction. And check out the Logical Man's channel and check out the second Renaissance that we did. I did an interview with him, one-on-one exclusive last evening where we talked about MGTOW, and that's why he was referencing Boom Boom Guy because him and Boom Boom got into it a little bit over the phone. So check out that interview. Highly informative and entertaining. And thanks again, Logical Man. We'll catch you on the next one, all right, man?
Yes, sir. Boom Boom's aside, baby. Y'all have a good one.
Come on. All right. Take it easy. Fucking him and Boom Boom were going at it last night over whether marrying a married chick makes you a simp. I mean, not a married chick. Whether marrying a woman who already has a child, whether that makes you a simp or not. And there was a little disagreement there. A big disagreement, actually. Made for a fun evening. All right, let's go to another phone call here. And for the non-North American callers, I'm going to be opening up the StreamYard too, so you guys can call in there. 803, you're on the air. 803, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Russell calling from South Carolina.
Oh, Russell, what's up, man?
Hey, man, look, man. I'm so sick and tired of this racial shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a black man from the South, and I can tell you right now, blacks don't give a shit about American countrymen, bro, especially out of the South. We've been treated like shit in this country. We don't hate America, but we hate the shit that go on in America. So that bullshit about George Kambosos talking about he flipping on his countrymen. What fucking countrymen? We ain't got no motherfucking countrymen, bro. You understand? So all that, when it comes to blacks, I can tell you right now, stop that American shit, man. Because half blacks don't even feel like they're in America. They don't feel like they're American. Really? We ain't been brought to feel like we're in America. Or we American. You understand what I'm saying? So all that shit is bullshit. I don't be wanting to hear that right there.
That's an interesting
The next thing I want to say, you say what, bro?
No, sorry, I'm just saying that's an interesting take. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. The next thing I want to say, man, as far as the fight, I got Haney by wash. I got him by wash.
What does that mean?
Whether they give him the decision or not, that's another thing. But he gonna watch Kambosos, man. Okay. That man ain't nowhere near on Devin Haney's level. Only negative thing about Devin Haney, man, is that he really don't hit all that hard. But he hit hard enough to keep a motherfucker honest. That's why you didn't really see Linares running up on him the way you would think that he would have. He caught him in the 11th round at the end of the goddamn round. When the ref was about to step in, he caught him and rocked him. That don't mean he would have finished him. If they had 2 minutes to go in the round, it still don't mean he would have finished him. The type of level fighter Devin Haney is, if they had 2 minutes left in that round, I guarantee you he would have shelled up and he would have survived that fucking round because he's that type of level fighter. Teofimo Lopez is a B level fighter. I've always said it.
Ooh.
I've always said he was. That man did not want to fight Devin Haney, man. Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin Haney. When Lomachenko came to 135, and you can go back and you can do this research for yourself. When Lomachenko got to 135, when he started fighting, that kind of competition with the height and the weight gave him problems, man. I saw that with Luke Campbell. When Luke Campbell gave him them kind of problems, I said, man, Lomachenko don't belong in 135, and he don't. He don't belong in 135. I knew he couldn't beat Teofimo Lopez, but to me, Teofimo is a B-level fighter. Loma is a B-level fighter at 135. Devin Haney he's an A-plus fighter at 135, dude.
All right,
Straight
well, listen,
up.
that's an interesting take right there.
His skills is beyond, man.
Well, that's an interesting take right there. That's an interesting take right there. And like I said, we've been getting calls from people, and we're seeing both sides of the spectrum. We got some people saying Kambosos easy, and then we got people saying Haney easy. So this fight seems to be going down the wire here in terms of predictions. Well, Russell, thanks for your call. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the prediction, and we'll keep call back next time, right, man?
Hey, I want to say one more thing, man. Your caller Machiavelli that called in talking about, it ain't been an Australian white boy to fight the way he fight. Man, they said the same shit about Ricky Hatton. They said it about Arturo Gotti. They said it about Jeff Horn, all that shit. I wish they stopped bringing up the race, because for every white fighter, every great white fighter in history, I can name 5 or 10 black fighters as great as him. Every one of them.
Well,
stop that shit, man, and give us our credit.
That's right.
It's not about race, but we always get shitted on, and I get tired of that.
Don't make it about race, Russell. Don't make it. Russell, don't make it about race, like you said. Keep it boxing, man. Well, anyway, listen. Thank you for your call, and keep on keeping on, brother. All right, take it easy, man. Call back next time.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all take it easy, man.
Take it easy, man. Was that Jimmy?
You know what's funny, BDA? No, it's just when Lomachenko started, came into 135. Fucking Haney wasn't even talked about. You know what I mean? He was just entering the game. You know what I mean? Remember back then in like 2019? He wasn't even like that wasn't a person was on the radar. Like, so to say that like he was ducking him back when he came in at 135. Anyways, it's just silly. It's just silliness. That's all.
Well, listen, we're getting very extreme views here today. Some people are saying
very extreme.
Kambosos, no doubt about it. And then other people are saying Haney, no doubt about it. So I'm intrigued. I want to take more phone calls. Let's see here. We got a whole bunch of them. So let's see. So hold on a second. It's taking its time to load. All right. 614. You're on the air. 614. What's on your mind?
This is Michael Spencer.
Michael Spencer. All right. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. The only thing I can say is definitely, I'm not sure what the last caller was going through, man, but it ain't about no race. I do believe it's a 50-50 fight. And we got to remember, the only thing we got to remember is Kambosos went against this country, man, when he helped, went against Jeff Horn. And he helped with Pac-Man Pacquiao, so it's a double standard. You know what I'm saying? I think that everything he's saying is cap. I do believe, however, he's going to edge it out and win the fight by decision. It's going to be a close fight. And I'm a black man. I'm going for Kambosos just based on skill.
Interesting. But you're saying Haney. You're saying wait. So I'm confused. So did you say Haney unanimous decision or Kambosos decision?
No, I think Kambosos is going to edge it out.
Oh, okay.
I believe that he's going to edge it out, man. I love Devin Haney. I like everything about him. But this ain't about race, man. It's about skill. The only people that make it about race is the ones who are really not true boxing fans. But if you're a true boxing fan, man, I don't care if you're black, white, or Mexican. If you're good, you're just good.
You know what, man? Michael, you're making way too much sense for this type of program, man. But I appreciate what you're saying, and I completely agree, man. You're preaching to the choir here, at least on this panel. And I like your phone call, man, because you got straight to the point. Kambosos unanimous decision. You think he's just his skills are better. So call back on the after show, all right, on Sunday.
All right, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
You too, man. Thank you for calling.
Great call.
See, we get all sorts of calls. We got people on the extreme side, and then we got people following the Buddhist path of the middle path. The middle path. So that's pretty good right there, man. Let's see if everybody keeps that up, or if we get more extreme calls. I'm very excited to find out. Let's go to 860. 860. You're on the air. 860. What's on your mind?
Hello, guys. I got you guys on car speaker. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, man. What's up?
Again, I gotta always say I love the show, man. It's entertaining. Got my daughter in the back, man, and I want to give my prediction very quickly. I'm torn because it is 50-50. I don't think I've heard anybody bring this up yet, but we know Devin. I believe Devin can outbox him, but I don't think it's going to come down to that. Can Devin outfight him? Because I know Kambosos is going to come through. He's a dog, so he better be ready to fight Kambosos. He may not be able to outbox him because he'll be on him like white on rice. So I'm going to go out on a limb, even though I've never seen Devin Haney fight per se, and I kind of don't like the way he looked against JoJo Diaz in the later rounds. A lot of people have now brought that fight up as well. And I was kind of surprised at how JoJo Diaz was able to get on the inside and get work in on Devin. I was very shocked by that because I kind of perceive Devin as a very skilled and sound guy when it comes to his foot speed and defensive pivots and getting in and out of stuff. Unlike Shakur, I know JoJo would have been able to do that to Shakur. So I'm kind of like, it's 50-50, man. So I think eventually Devin Haney's going to have to prove to us that he's special, and he's going to have to fight George Kambosos. And if he can't fight George Kambosos, then it's going to be a stoppage for Kambosos. So, but I think that Devin Haney is special, so I'm going to say he's going to edge it out in a split decision.
Whoa, all right. Kambosos split decision. That's specific. And what do we call you? You want to give us your nickname or your real name or whatever you prefer?
Just call me Schwab. Just call me Schwab.
Schwab?
Schwab. That's my last name, yeah. No, I have Haney by split decision.
Haney by split decision. Are you German, by the way? That's a German name, Schwab.
No. I'm not German, man.
All right, yeah, because I was gonna say I get a little worried around the Germans. All right, listen, Schwab, thank you for your call. Call back next time, right, man?
Hey, appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Take it easy. All right, let me get to people on the StreamYard. I mean, on the calls here. Stay on the line. We've got somebody on the StreamYard here. Somebody calling in outside of North America. By the way, mid-sin, can you just wave to me so that I know that it's not a? All right, fantastic. So you never know, man. We got a lot of crazy people out there. All right, mid-sin, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, how you going? Mid-sin from Australia. Yeah. So all this talk about Kambosos and the things that he's saying, I don't think people understand that that's all part of boxing. So it's all part of the mental game. The fight starts before you get in the ring. So I don't think people are getting overworked with it. So yeah, and people are just taking it personal for no reason. You just got to get into people's heads, and that's where the fight starts. In terms of the actual fight, my prediction would be, I'd say Kambosos split decision.
Kambosos split decision. All right. Now, in regards to what you said about the mental games, the psychological games outside the ring, do you think it's getting under Devin Haney's skin?
Yeah, I think it is. You can kind of tell. Like, just look at the reaction of his face. And he's probably not used to someone like that getting under his skin. So I think it is. I think it's working.
All right. And listen,
that's part of Kambosos' game.
Okay. And one last thing. You're from Australia. What type of media coverage is this event getting over there?
Yeah, a fair bit. There's a lot. Probably not so much mainstream, but there's a lot in terms of like on the paid services here, because that's where it's going to be. That's where it's going to be on. So this is a pay-per-view for us. So it's a big deal. And that crowd is going to be massive. So it's just under 60,000.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's going to be insane,
and
man.
The reason why they had it at that stadium is because that's the only stadium that has the roof that closes over. And this time of year with the rain and stuff like that, so it's 80% chance of rain, so that roof will probably be closed.
Yeah, and they don't want the kangaroos jumping in there either, starting to fuck shit up. Well, listen.
No, we've got too many of them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, Mitson, good call, and call back next episode, right, man?
Yeah, no worries.
All right, thank you for calling in, man.
Thanks.
All right, so hey, man, we're getting it's international here. We're getting calls from Australia as well, and they're stirring the pot over there, man. They're promoting it, and it's interesting. It will be interesting to see the crowd. I'm expecting a good, solid crowd. All right, let's go.
Did you say 160?
I thought he said 60,000, which is still a lot, man. I mean, it's more than average for a box.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. But that's still
kangaroos know how to box too, huh?
Yeah, they do.
About that.
Yeah, and they got claws. I think they've got claws, and they can actually rip your intestines out if you're not careful. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm completely making shit up. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Oh, is this not loading up? All right, here we go. 310, you're on the air. 310, what's on your mind?
What's up? Boom Boom's back.
Oh, wait a minute, what? All right, Boom Boom, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Logical Man got on here and said some stuff, man. It's crazy. This channel has a bunch of people, Jimmy, Bucha, Gonzalo, you, Mr. BDA. Everybody is responsible for what they say. They stand on their words. That's what I like about it. But when you get some criticism, yeah, some people just, they defend their stance. But you get some people, you criticize them, and they turn, I guess you could say pussy. Like, dude, we have difference of opinions. You prepared him for a whole show on Second Renaissance. I just woke up and got on the show and challenged him on a point I heard. If I would have prepared for it, it would have been over. But clearly, he could not convince me what he was saying was. Yeah, he could not convince me what he was saying was accurate. So I disagreed. And now he went to name calling. That's another thing with Fighter Spirit. Fighter Spirit did a whole show about aliens, UFOs. I said nothing, just, okay, yeah, whatever. And then he says, he's booking fights, thank him for Rolly Romero versus Tank Davis. And I said, no, I don't agree with that. I said I have to draw the line there. Then he gets on the next show and says, oh, boom, boom, this, boom, boom, that. I'm like, man, and really, MMA really, he changed my mind about him. I'm starting to like MMA.
All right, well, listen.
He says some crazy stuff. He's funny. But that's it, man.
We're going to have to...
Just be a man. Be manly.
Yeah, we're going to have to set up We're gonna have to set up a second show then between you and Logical Man. Would you be willing to get on the Second Renaissance platform and go at it with Logical Man?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. It doesn't matter. It wasn't that serious to me. I mean, just because, yeah, I mean, from what he was saying, it was wrong, and he's steering a lot of men the wrong way. I mean, if someone really listens to him, he can actually, I mean, for those who listen to him, he can steer a lot of people in the wrong way.
All right. Well,
people in different situations.
Wait, man, we've got a little brouhaha. All right, we got a little brouhaha here brewing between Logical Man and Boom Boom Guy. Boom Boom Guy, thanks for calling in, man. Catch you on the next one.
All right, and somebody else gonna get on the line and say something when I hang up. That's crazy. We all men here. Stop being so emotional.
Hey, man, it's the internet, man. That's what's fun about it. All right, take it easy, Boom Boom. Thank you for calling in. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 505. You're on the air. 505. What's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, I just wanted to make some points. I keep seeing people saying either Kambosos is going to get a KO or TKO or vice versa. But I think it's just kind of silly. Neither guys are known for knocking anybody out. And not even doing body work, because if you don't have the one-punch KO, usually, you break somebody down. But those guys don't even do heavy body work either. Just both kind of point fighters. Maybe Kambosos is a counter fighter. So I think it's a 50-50, maybe leaning towards Kambosos just because he's at home. And I also think, if it comes down to it, we've seen that Kambosos is willing to bite down on his mouthpiece and go to war, where I don't think you could say the same thing for Devin Haney. But, I mean, not to say that couldn't happen. We just haven't seen it. And then the second point I wanted to make is just speaking to the culture of society. Our society our culture, we live in a society where everybody calls each other king or queen or goat. Those titles are passed around like nothing. But the same people that use these phrases are also the victims in society. So what is it? Are you the best or are you a victim? I don't, it's just I just wanted to point that out, because you're either the best or you're not. You can't be a victim and be a king at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But our culture, it's just silly, dude. It's just silly. And I just wanted to make those 2 points.
You're making way too much sense.
Say.
You're making way too much sense, man. Usually, people that make as much sense as you do, people start going after them. So. Put your hands up, put your mitts up, as they say, because you're gonna get a fight now. Let me tell you that much. Hey, by the way, so hold on. So official prediction. What do we call you, and what's your official prediction?
My name is it's probably under my YouTube name, but my name is Sammy Perez. I do music in LA, so I get to see the worst of pop culture in the country that probably perpetuates it. But I'm leaning towards Kambosos just because I think hometown advantage and I think he's just shown that he's got more heart. I can't, we don't really know that, but off of what we've seen, I think he has more heart. So the advantage leans to him. So I'm saying like a decision, maybe unanimous or split decision victory.
Interesting. All right. Well, listen, Perez, Sammy, thank you for your call. Call back after the show, all right, man? I mean, after the show, after the fight, the next day.
Thank you, guys.
Good call.
Good call. Yeah, that's, I've said something similar before. How can you be the best? We run it, and then, start crying about how disenfranchised you are. It's, I don't know. It seems to be that there's a disconnect there. So good call from Sammy there. All right.
He mentioned something really accurate. When it comes down to the heart, nobody knows what kind of heart you have. The only one is God. So he brought it back and he says he thinks.
Excellent point, man. Excellent point. And by the way, Sammy said he was in the music industry. We had somebody else that has experience with the music industry. Roderick Davis. Shout out to Rod in the chat. He says Kambosos' belief system is very powerful stuff. Haney is walking into a nightmare. Whoa. All right. So, hey, listen, people are really split on this. Let's take another phone call here. Let's go to 347. 347, you're on the air. What's on your mind?
Hello, 347?
Yes.
347. Yes, this is the Collabinator. It's been quite a while, BDA. It's great to hear your voice again.
Well, thank you, Collabinator.
Great to hear your voice again.
Did you say that Collabinator?
It's the Collabinator. Look, I gotta say this. Yeah, I take my hat off to the panel, but look, I had to say this. I'm taking my hat off right now, but let me say this. I'm outside, by the way. If you hear a lot of feedback, I'm outside. I'm buying some groceries, buying nice chicken breasts. But anyways, let me tell you something. Kombucha versus Haney. Kombucha, Haney. Look, Haney was in big trouble with Linares. He was in a little bit of trouble with JoJo in spurts. And none of these guys had that finisher. None of these guys had that finishing energy, that like Tank Davis energy. When they see you hurt, they pounce on you and they take you out. That is what Kombucha needs. Kombucha needs to destroy Haney. When he sees him hurt, he needs to pounce on him. He needs to stick to him like glaze on a donut. Do you understand what I'm saying? If Kombucha can do that, he wins the fight.
So,
you understand?
Yeah, okay, so Clubinator, you're making some excellent points. So what's your official prediction?
This is the thing. I don't think Kombucha has that in him. I don't think he has it in him. He had Teofimo hurt a few times, and Teofimo, like I gave you the inside scoop last time, Teofimo Lopez, you heard it from me first, he was very, 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 very unmotivated for Kambosos. He was eating lean cuisine. He was eating McDonald's McFlurry. And, I don't give him too much credit. I don't give Kombucha too much credit. I mean, people say, whoever wins this fight, they're undisputed. They're the greatest lightweight in the world. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are we going to ignore the elephant in the room? The Ukrainian monster? Like Mike Tyson said, the Mexican monster, that's the Ukrainian monster. That's the elephant in the room. That's the one who's the real champion. That like Canelo's ducking Benavidez, that's how all these lightweights are ducking Lomachenko. And Lomachenko is coming for that head. But look, I don't think Kombucha has it in him. I think Haney is going to pot shot jab, with his little jab, and you know how Haney, he always has his mouth open when he's throwing the jab. All these people saying, Haney, he has so much skill. In the history book, look, Haney all he has is a fucking jab, and once he gets a straight shot down the pipe, he's like a spaghetti noodle in the wind. A freshly cooked spaghetti noodle in the wind, not al dente, way past al dente, mushy. And he's on wobbly legs. Yeah, I mean it's just a clown show. How you could say he's the most skilled person ever on the planet, you got to be delusional. And look, but I think he's way more skilled than Kombucha, so I think he's going to beat Kombucha.
All right, there you go, man. Hey, listen, Clubinator, excellent call. You got us all thinking here. You got your thinking cap on. Well, you took it off for a moment there, but you put it right back on, and you're dazzling us with your intellect. So listen, Clubinator, I got down your prediction here, Haney decision, and we'll wait for the Ukrainian monster to see if he makes it out of the war zone. But thanks again for calling in. Call back next time, right, man? Take it easy.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. Bye-bye.
Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like.
Hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Let's keep going here. Let's go to... Excuse me about that. 661. 661, you're on the air. 661, what's on your mind?
So I'm picking Devin Haney. Well, it's going to be a close fight, but Devin Haney is going to win. But since he won't drop Kambosos and they're out in Australia, they're going to call it a draw. You heard it here first. It's going to be a draw. And just like when Canelo and Bivol fought and they didn't announce Bivol being from Russia just in case Canelo did lose, for the kids out there, not for the panel, for the kids watching the show, it shouldn't matter, but it does matter. That's why they robbed Teal. It was a draw. They don't mention, right here when they're sucking off Kambosos, they don't mention that Teal rocked Kambosos. Teal rocked Kambosos throughout the whole fight more than Kambosos rocked him with a flash, lucky knockdown. And he also dropped Kambosos worse than Kambosos dropped him. They don't mention that because they're already mad that Teal beat Loma. So it shouldn't matter, kids. But, it's all about race and tribalism.
Well, that's what some people say. And by the way, I got to ask you, Fighter Spirit, should the winner of this fight have the obligation to fight Lopez, even if it's not at 135?
Should they have the obligation to fight him? Like the winner of this fight should, even if it's not at 135?
That's right.
Yeah, it would be an interesting fight.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's Fighter Spirit right there. All right, Fighter Spirit, thank you for your call, and we'll keep talking to you in the Discord, right, man?
All right, peace.
All right, stay frosty. All right, let's go to 321. 321, you're on the air. 321, what's on your mind? Three, two, one. You're on the air. Going once. Going twice.
Going twice. Yeah, I had to come on here because I saw my name was mentioned. I saw my name was mentioned on here when they said Machiavelli. I'm like, let's clarify some things here. I didn't make it a race thing, for one. For two, the thing is, it's the genetical history of how boxing works. So I'm looking at the genetical history of how this system works. You know what I mean? So when we have some, I would say, enigma or some paradox, we can say, we have George Kambosos. He's a paradox. He's a paradigm. He's a very different type of existence within our existence of boxing. We never seen somebody that can fight like
all
this.
Right, but can I ask you, Bill, real quick? Where was that? Where was all that paradoxical stuff before the Teal fight? Have you seen his other fights?
What do you mean? I see all the fights. I watch this show all the time. But the thing is, I never call in.
No, I'm saying his other fights. I'm talking about Kambosos because he's looked average at times. So it's like, it's not that he's a whirlwind. I think he grabbed the fucking donkey by the tail. Let's see how much confidence it builds him. But we can only give him so much credit. I mean, this whole thing is, it's two guys.
But you know what I mean? Understand though, at the same time, is that the credit is only given when you prove yourself to someone else, correct? That's how a credit is given, because you prove something. Now, to me,
no, absolutely, but he was an unknown. You know what I mean? You got to take that into consideration. It was a forced. I mean,
but that don't mean nothing. That's
mandatory.
That's hearsay. That's Hershey's right there. That's hearsay, right? That means nothing right now, because at the end of the day,
no, hearsay means at the end of the day, that's not what hearsay means. But anyway,
Jimmy.
So look, continuing on, please. Let me continue. So the other person making it as race baiting. No, it's not about race. So it's no race thing going on here. No, because I love both fighters. I love boxing in general. I love the initial thing that it brings out in people. Like, look Look at what we're doing. We're over here congregating on a fight that hasn't even happened. We're over here not debating, but we're over here contemplating what is going to be the outcome, which the outcome would be. So the whole point where I called back was to talk to you, BDA, real quick, is that how do I get in this chat? How do I get on the panel? And for that other dude that mentioned my name, you totally took it out of context. I didn't speak anything about being black, yellow, green, or blue. I was speaking on genetical history, but the pinnacle of your understanding would understand that, so therefore you want to just make it into whatever you want to make it to be.
Oh. Hey, listen, by the way, okay, I think you're referring to Russell, who called in right after you. I think that would make for a very interesting conversation between you and him on Friday, on the Open Lives Friday. By the way, you asked, how do you make it to the Discord? Very good question.
Yeah, so how do I get on the chat? How do I get on the chat? When I get on the chat, you're going to be like, wow.
I posted
the link. If I
link
get on that panel right now, you're going to be like, no way.
I know. I can already feel the vibe from you. It's all peace and love, and it's all. You know what? I got the background here of the universe, people moving through the stars. That's what I feel like talking to you. Now, I just put the.
It's straightforward. I mean, I just speak the truth. I speak what I feel.
I feel nothing but the truth coming from you. But I gotta tell you, I just posted the link to the Discord on the chat. So what you want to do is, it's gonna ask you to create an account. It takes 2 seconds. I don't think you even have to verify with an email address. Just put an email address that you already have, or a username, I think. Remember your password, because it's going to ask you to create one, and boom, you're in. That's it. Easy as that. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, who is that? Somebody just called me out. Somebody just called me out here.
Who
was that? Somebody just said my name. Well, that's fine. Oh, BDA.
Yes.
Listen, my guy. Keep doing your thing. Somebody just called me out. Somebody just said something.
I think you're right. Somebody did.
That's
by the way,
why I called myself.
By the way,
somebody said my name.
Is this Quantum Rob? I remember that guy calling in one time here. Is this you?
No, I don't know who you speak of. I don't know who this man you speak of. Who is that?
I think it is.
He must be
I think it is. I think it's the one and only, the legendary Quantum Rob.
Is it a resurrection? Is it a?
Hey, you mentioned it. You mentioned it. I didn't say resurrection. You used that word.
You know what Machiavelli means backwards? Is that means I still live.
That's right. All right. Well, listen. This call it's too late in the evening right now. You're blowing my mind.
I already know. Listen. Listen. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure. Yo, Rob died, yo. Everybody's talking about me now. I did die.
All right, man. All right, listen.
Anyways,
man, you're supposed to be dead.
I passed away. Yo, anyways, wow, look at this chat. Anyways, yo, BDA, keep doing your thing. Yo, Devin Haney, dude, this guy fought Pacquiao like a 250 round. Can you just count to 250? And that's how many, throw 250 pennies on the ground. That's how many rounds this guy got with Pacquiao. Like,
that's
this guy, I don't see how this guy can get it stopped. But the reason why I called was because of that. It was to get on chat. Now, I'll bet you this is going to get everywhere now. This is going to get crazy. Anyways, BDA, Friday.
It's on, man. All right. Thank you. I was going to say Rob, but it's Machiavelli, he said. So thank you for calling in. I hope it is you, because we've been waiting for your return. So call back next. See you on Friday. All right, man? Take it easy.
Go ahead.
All right, take it easy, man. Hey, Bucho, can you imagine Quantum Rob versus Fighter Spirit? I think the universe would break.
Fuck, man. That would be crazy. Him against LT.
Holy shit. I can just imagine the
logical
matchups
man.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I just wanted to say it's quite fortuitous that he would call in, because I'm starting to get our own parish going here, the True Path of the Crimson Cross, and because the Bible, the New Testament, it's all nice and fine, it's good, I love it, but it's incomplete. It's missing. Jesus didn't get a lot of things right. So with the True Path of the Crimson Cross, it's all about writing it real time. You guys write it through action, not words. Anybody can come here and talk and through action. So if you are on the show, if you call in, even if you're just in the chat, whatever, or just listening, you are creating the crimson. Oh no, what do I call it again? The BDA Gospel, sorry. and it's imperative that we continue on the true path to the Crimson Cross. So, fellas, keep at it, and it's quite fortuitous that Rob comes back from the dead. I mean, that just proves the power of the BDA gospel. All right, speaking of the gospel, let's go back to a couple of calls here. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. 346, you're on the air. 346, what's on your mind?
Media, this is Lost Man. If I ever call him back, just want to discuss the sidekick side, baby, boom, boom. I don't know why he discussed my name. Look here, this is a boxing translation. So if you got any issues, come to my channel, or we wait till BDA have another show. Sidekick baby's upset with me. But, you know, Kambosos does have the tutorial, you know, the first basis of the judge, his country. So Haney has to show great hand movement. He has to have a little bit of pop to keep Kambosos back. Simple as that. Boom, boom, gonna get this smoke. Your side baby, cloud baby, non-logical ass. Thank you for having me back on here, man. I appreciate it.
All right, logical. He said he's willing to do a second show with you, so I think we got to set it up now, man.
Please do, man, because he brought up my name first, and I see why he's so emotional and over dramatic, because he's LDBC. Most of them guys either got criminal records, side babies, or mental illness.
Come on. All right, logical, man. Thank you for your call. We'll catch you on the next one, right, man? Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right. He said it. I didn't. Shout out to Dennis F. for his contribution to the super chat. He says, cut this dude off, please. Kambosos wins. Dennis from Boston. Oh, I think he's talking about Machiavelli. But shout out to Dennis F. Everyone gets their say here on this show. All right, let's keep this going. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 956. 956, you're on the air. 956, what's on your mind?
Yeah, my prediction is, I got Devin Haney by late stoppage. I feel like Devin Haney by jab is eye shut. I think Kambosos' eyes are going to be shut. So I've seen Kambosos. I was watching him fight Mickey Bay and Lee Selby, and he really had a hard time with them. And that's fucking Lee Selby. Can you imagine someone like Devin Haney with Devin Haney jab? Now, Kambosos only looks good when you come to him. The Kambosos can't box and move forward. He can't cut off the ring. I was watching the fight with Mickey Bay. Kambosos looks confused when you use movement, and you have to force him to start the action. You know, and I feel like he keeps his head in the center line too much, and I feel like Devin about to just jab his head off all night, and it's going to cut his eye, and he's not going to be able to see from the jab, hitting him all night. It would be kind of like a faster version of Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce, kind of like that, but more one-sided, but the same kind of stoppage, you know. And by the way, bro, stop letting on these fucking weirdos that are obsessed about race. Fox gained the place for that. So I just want to let you know, you let these type of motherfuckers on, they kind of make your show look bad. But that's all I got.
Hey, by the way, hold on, before you go, first of all, excellent points. And yeah, about that race. Hey, listen, we let everyone say whatever they want when they call in, man. I can't stop them. But who is this, by the way? I got to get your name here for the prediction.
Just put 956.
956. All right. He wants to remain anonymous. I can't blame him. All right, 956. Thank you for your call. Call back next time, right, man?
Yeah.
All right. Take it. Oh, shit. I accidentally hung up on somebody. Fuck. All right. Whoever I hung up in, call back. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 626. You're on the air. 626. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, man? Who is this?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure. Sorry. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to go with Kambosos to win this fight. It's really hard for me to decide. But the main reason I think is just, number one, it's going to be in his backyard. And, yeah, I just think that there's so many things working against Haney in this fight and so much more working for Kambosos. And I think especially with Bill not being there, I think maybe he's going to act like that's not going to affect him. But it's honestly the first fight, I think I read this somewhere, that his dad has not been in his corner his entire career, including every fight in Mexico. So that would affect anybody, especially a young fighter like Haney. So I think that's going to be a huge factor. But I think what makes the fight really interesting is that it's kind of a test for both fighters in certain ways that are different. Like Haney, obviously, is an incredibly skilled fighter. Everyone who spars him has said that he's very skilled, but he's obviously, like everyone has said, very vulnerable, and he's shown that in the Jojo Diaz fight, who does not punch very hard, and against Linares. And he also has a tendency to fade late, which I think would really work in Kambosos' favor because that guy has such a strong gas tank. But I also think this fight is a test for Kambosos as well, because maybe the pressure being in Australia will work against him, like you guys were saying earlier, like it seems to have done for Josh Taylor. So, and also, keep in mind, maybe Kambosos, he beat Teofimo, but he might have even been dealing with a bit of that himself when he fought in Brooklyn. And everyone says that he cuts down, he loses a lot of weight from 135 kilo, that is. So it could have been a part of that, and issues with his wife, everything else. So there's the possibility that George Kambosos might get exposed for being a good fighter, but not on the level of someone like Haney. And, compounding that with the whole pressure of being in Australia and everything else. I don't know. That's what makes this fight so hard for me to call. But, I know I'm rambling a little bit. The last point is I'm going to pick George Kambosos to win because in the lead up to the fight with Teofimo, I was watching every interview between both fighters. And George Kambosos, at first I just thought he was arrogant and just kind of delusional. I thought he was going to get sparked out. And there were so many interviews for that fight because it kept getting postponed with all the bullshit with Triller that, I watched probably an hour of content of him just talking about how he believes in himself. And I was just thinking, come on, this guy's full of shit. But then, everyone saw what happened. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll never doubt this guy again. So just because of that and how I remember after he beat Teo thinking, God damn, I will not doubt this dude in his next fight no matter what. So because of that, mainly, I'm going to go with Kambosos.
Kambosos, all right. So what's your name again? Or what do we call you, rather?
My name is Ollie G, and I'm calling from Oregon.
OBGYN? What'd you say?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm calling from Oregon. My name is Ollie G.
Ollie G. Oh, Ollie G. Okay. Shout out to Ollie G, man. Yeah, I've seen you for a long time listener. All right, Ollie, thank you for your call, man, and very concise, man. Very, very detailed. Hopefully, we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully, we get a good fight. Thank you for your call, and call back next time, right, man? We'll appreciate it.
Cool. Yep, appreciate it.
Take it easy, man.
Bye.
All right. Shout out to Get These Hands for his contribution with the super chat. He says, I got Kambosos by Jeff Horn's 2017 scorecard. Yeah, listen, that's what a lot of people are saying, that Australian shenanigans are going to come across. Shout out to Get These Hands. And by the way, Bucho, I think I missed a chat from Texas Bulldog, but I can't rewind and see it. Do you mind checking it out for me, man?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, with that being said, let's continue on with the phone calls here. Let's go to the person I hung up on. I think it was 214. 214, you're on the air. 214, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, guys? I don't know. I don't think this is a good style matchup for George Kambosos Jr. I just think the jab is just going to be too much. But I do think George will try to counter over the jab, throw overhands. I just don't know. I don't think that this is going to end well for George. I think that Devin Haney also is going to hold. He's going to, anytime George is going to give some type of momentum, he's going to hold him. And I think that, George Kambosos he's good, but he doesn't have the power that he thinks he has now. Because, I don't think, Teofimo, I don't know what was wrong with him. He thought he could just knock the dude out in one round. So he threw a lazy jab, and this dude threw a really good right hand. But I don't think that's going to happen with Devin. Devin's not going to get lazy, and he's going to move a lot. So it's going to be very hard for George. Because George is in between a counter puncher and a pressure fighter, but he's not very good at boxing coming forward.
All right, well, listen, that's an interesting breakdown right there, man. And you're one of the first people to bring in the holding aspect of it. We've been 2 hours into the show almost, and nobody brought it up until you, man. So shout out to you. What do we call you? And what do we call you?
Boxing learner.
Boxing learner. I think I've seen you around before as well. And so you're saying Haney decision, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right, boxing learner.
Decision.
Haney decision. All right, man. Thank you for your prediction. Call back next episode, all right, man?
All right, thank you.
All right, take it easy, man. He sounded a little bit tired, but I think we're all a little bit tired this time of the day. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to, which one is this? 480. 480, you're on the air. 480, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, it's Rare Breed. So, I got Devin Haney winning by 12-round wipeout.
12-round wipeout.
I don't think it's competitive. Some people are saying it's a 50-50. I don't see it that way. I think, this is my theory, I think George preferred the Lomachenko fight because Lomachenko's style is more tailored to his.
All right.
Lomachenko is not going to fight on the. Yeah, Loma is not going to fight you on the back foot. He's really an offensive fighter. He's good defensively, but he comes to you like you understand what I'm saying, right? I feel like Devin Haney's size. Go ahead.
No, I'm a little confused. I mean, I'm not sure I'm getting what you're saying, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think George did everything in his power to get the Lomachenko fight instead of the Devin Haney fight because I think he thought Lomachenko was which might sound crazy, a more winnable fight.
Interesting.
Like the previous caller said, maybe not the previous caller, but the guy before that, he was saying that George doesn't know what to do, like when somebody's not coming towards him. You know.
That's a good. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's not the first time you've said that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember now. Rare Breed, a lot of people are going after you in the chat. If Haney wins, can we expect a Rare Breed on the Warpath in the Discord Saturday night?
No, not really, because I'm not a Devin Haney fan.
What's the matter with you?
You know who I like or who I'm rocking with. Shakur Stevenson and Jerron Ennis, the best two fighters on the planet.
Hey, wait a minute. What about David Benavides?
I like him too.
There you go. You gotta pick a non-black every once in a while.
Bam Rodriguez. I like Bam.
Well, he's gonna be fighting in a jam-packed card in a couple of weeks. Well, listen, Rare Breed, we gotta move on to other phone calls. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
No, that was pretty much it.
All right, thank you for calling. You too, man. And I got you down for a Haney 12-round wipeout. All right, fantastic. Take it easy, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah, BDA.
Yes.
The thing about Haney, he doesn't have the luxury to fight backwards or to get on the quote-unquote back foot because he needs to go forward. If not, it's going to be perceived like he's fighting scared. So that's the thing. Haney going to come forward, and that suits Kambosos with that point to Rare Breed.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, listen, I get one call telling me Kambosos, and I say, good points. Then I get another one saying Haney by points. I go, fuck, good points as well. I don't know. Let's continue on with the phone call. See if anybody can continue swaying us here. We're all over the place. Let's go, and don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. 909, you're on the air. 909, what's on your mind?
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, indeed.
So I think that Haney has too much experience. I've seen a lot of sparring videos from him, and he kept a lot of people off of him with his power. So I think his power is underrated. He just hasn't had the chance to show it.
All right, that's an interesting point right there.
If Kambosos presses an issue, he could walk into something that he's not suspecting.
That's a good point as well. That's a good point.
Well, BD, I just want to point out, remember, the fighters are the ones who release those sparring, what gets released to the public. And it's meant, they're only going to release stuff that makes them look good. Just always keep that in mind. You don't see the times that they might not look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, caller, what's your official pick?
Well, I'd say it'll probably go to a draw. But another reason I thought Haney's power is underrated is that he had a video of Ryan Garcia where they had that machine that clocks their power, and then Ryan tried to keep up with him and he couldn't get his score. So I think his technique gives him power. He just if someone presses an issue against him, I think that's when you will see it.
I'm with you on that one. I think that's something that could potentially happen. Okay, so you're saying draw. What do we call you, by the way, so I can write that down here on the prediction?
Mario. I'm in the Discord sometimes.
Mario? All right. Fantastic, man. I got you down for a draw. Thank you for your call, and talk to you later. All right, man? Take it easy.
All right, sure.
All right, so he's saying the power. Yeah, nobody's bringing up Devin Haney's power. People seem to be overlooking it. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 201. 201, you're on the air. 201, what's on your mind?
Hello, you guys can hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? So,
Doing fantastic, man. Hope you're doing as well.
Oh, thank you, guys. I have Kambosos just because. I mean, Devin Haney, he has more physical advantage and more natural raw talent, but I just feel like it will be too much, you know. And remember, he still got that idea that even if I win, I have to do it again. So if I win this fight, it cannot be not split decision. So I have to knock him out or like bump the floor with him, boys. You know, I don't think like. Well, he can get it, but it all depends on George Kambosos because George Kambosos' style like is really kind of sort of tailor made for Haney. But Haney also like he's already used to fight he already used to fight like smaller guys like Jojo Diaz and things like that. So he already accustomed to like just keep guys away with their jab. And the only guy who was his size was able to cut him, which was Linares. So he has a big plate. He has a big homework coming on to him. But I still got Kambosos. I wouldn't be surprised if Haney wins, but
But you're going with Kambosos. All right, so I got you down for Kambosos. What do we call you?
Severino. Oh, I just want to add the little thing though, because I was watching like both these guys' last fight. Haney got a bit better watch out with the over right hand because with Jojo Diaz, he barely was like able to skate it because you know he's way bigger than him. But he's not gonna have the same luck with Kambosos. You know, like that over right hand or like that left hook in this case is gonna catch him like eventually because he never changed that defensive stance. Like he always with a shoulder roll. And I always say this, you know, I like Devin Haney, you know, but to me he's like a lighter version of Caleb Plant. You know, he's good, but he ain't that good. You know, like
that's
the best one. You know, thank you guys.
Excellent points, man. Excellent points, Severino. Call back next time, right, man? Take it easy.
Ay, gracias, manito. Ya tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes. Hasta la próxima. All right, that was Severino. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to. By the way, where's my mic fucking up? Let's go to 210. 210. You're on the air. 210. What's on your mind?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
I got my boy Haney, about 10-2. You know, ain't no such thing as a close fight when you fucking with DHP at all. If I'm mistaken, can y'all point me one out? Because I ain't seen a close one.
With
there ain't one. I'll help you out. There ain't one.
There ain't one. All right. Well, that's
yeah. Huh?
No, sorry. Because I thought you were done. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There is no such thing as a close fight. So, and when I hear people talk about this fight, and it's like, can he win? They know he can win. He should win. He's way better. Like the last guy said, he got way more everything. Everything you could think of is better than Kambosos. The only question comes from, can he get the decision in Australia? That's the question.
And what do you think?
It's not none of the other thing. He should beat him. And then these new Kambosos fans get on my goddamn nerves. They don't believe in this guy. They just don't like Devin. That's it. He has way less power than Devin, and we talking about him catching Devin. What? Who has more knockouts? I'm confused. The only reason he even beat T.O. is because we've seen a top 3 fighter come in there with the dumbest game plan. I can't think of a fighter, a top 3 fighter, even 5 or 10, that came in with a game plan worse than that. He literally tried. You told this man what you was gonna do. Like you got.
You gotta thank Teofimo Lopez Sr. You gotta thank Teofimo Lopez Sr.
He still almost lost that fight. In the fight before that, Mickey Bay, was it Lee Selby or Mickey Bay? Either way, Mickey Bay was gone for almost 3 years, or was it 3 years, 3.5, or something like that? Came back and still almost beat you. And you talking about Devin the Dream Haney? Somebody smoking crack.
Hey man, I just heard some.
And they think he has hold on, this last point. They think he has a suspect chance of the Linares fight. But didn't Linares drop who? The hope of who? Lomachenko, right? Didn't he put him on his ass? He didn't put Devin on his ass, did he?
Hey, but by the way, I hear some birds chirp. I hear some birds chirping in the background. Are you saying you expect Kambosos to have a bunch of birds chirping around his head come fight night?
Yes, sir. Like the Looney Tunes, you hear me?
All right.
With the big knot on the top of his head.
Hey, hold on. What do we call you so I can put it next to your prediction?
Chavo TV.
Chavo TV?
The most I give him is 9-3.
So your name is Chavo?
Yeah, Chavo. Chavo TV.
Chavo TV.
The most I give him is 9-3.
9-3,
10-2, just like all his other fights.
All right, fantastic. Well, listen, Chavo, thank you for your call. Thank you for the points you made. Very entertaining, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, man? Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go to another phone call. And don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. If you're enjoying this program that we've got here for you, don't be scared. Don't be shy. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 775. You're on the air. 775, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, man? Is this me?
That's you, 775. What's up?
Hey, yeah, man. Just go ahead and let y'all know, man, that this gonna be an easy W for David Haney, man. The dream. That dude right there is the truth. You guys gotta all understand that from the beginning, all the way back to Tio. They've been ducking Haney. What's the other guy's name? The one that from Ukraine, the guy from Ukraine.
Lomachenko.
Yeah, y'all gotta remember that Loma had a mandatory with Devin Haney. Loma ducked Devin, and then when Tio got the belt, Tio ducked Haney as well. And now Kambosos even tried to duck Haney too, but because you know, it's funny because at first when he had the belts, when he didn't have the belts, he was talking like, yeah, we're going to make this mandatory, you know, once I win this fight against Tio. And then when it happened, man, it felt like the Tio clown started rubbing off on him because now he started acting almighty like, dude, you just won one fight and got all them belts. It wasn't like you had the belts already. So yeah, man, this one right here is going to be an easy W for Haney. I mean, I don't see no arsenal that Kambosos could do other than having Australia behind his back. That's the only thing. And like old boy said, man, hopefully these judges, man, don't play Devin for this one, cause and then they bring up the whole Lenoris thing. Like, dude, Lenoris only hit him one time. I mean, he got to shake him one time, and for Devin to even stand up to that go to say a lot. So I don't understand why people over here ain't giving Haney his flowers. Like, come on, man. The dude been asking for the fight to all these guys for the longest, and he finally got his opportunity. And on top of that, he got a deal that was this was the baddest deal ever. A mandatory right after if he wins. It's like, dude, if for Kambosos even set that up, it was like, Haney is the GOAT, man. That dude is the truth. He the GOAT of this era right here. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, that's okay. There, well, you're saying it all right there. Well, listen, caller, we do have to move on to other calls, but why don't we call you so that we can put it next to the to your prediction here?
All right, so call me Lucky, man.
Lucky. All right, Lucky. And by the way, if Haney beats him, but they don't give him that decision, are you willing to do something about it?
Definitely a petition. Definitely a petition. Straight
That's what
up.
I wanted to hear.
Petition.
That's what I wanted to hear. All right, 775.
All right,
thank you for your call. Call back next time. All right, take it easy.
Yeah. Can I say something right quick?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Let's not act like he's got A+ across all his attributes, like across the board. He don't have Devin Haney. Don't got the Roberto Duran type of power. Maybe he don't even have the Mildred Taylor type of speed, and he definitely doesn't have the Julio Cesar Chavez type of chin. So yes, he is good, but let's not pretend like, you know, everything is A+. This dude is just like above everybody else because of that. Well, he's naturally his natural abilities.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. So we certainly got a lot of different predictions here, that's for sure. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 661. 661, you're on the air. 661, what's on your mind?
I just want to ask that caller who called in saying that don't let these people in talking about race. Yeah. What is his response to what they did to Bivol? How they didn't announce him being Russia? What is his response?
Well, I can't speak for him, so I guess you'll have to wait for his response in the chat.
Well, yeah, true that. But I just want to say it wasn't because he's Russian; it's because he's Asian. right? But he's the type of dude to just go along with these Trump supporters and be a little lapdog. I'm not that type of way, you know. To me, it's fuck Donald Trump and all his bitch ass supporters. They're little maggots, right? Hypocritical ass people. Hey, what's the difference between the critics and the hypocrites, BDA? The same difference between Republicans and Democrats. The same difference between Republicans and Democrats. Yeah.
You're dropping
so
bars.
It's just funny to me. Like, look at Floyd Mayweather fans. Floyd Mayweather fans are some of the most racist. Canelo fans, some of the most racist in boxing. You could just see them in the YouTube chats, the zone chats. They're you know, it's not only white people, it's black people too. They're some of the most racist people. So it shouldn't be about race, but it just is what it is, you know? That's why they like Canelo, but they hate on Benavidez. Because Benavidez is a mestizo, and they want to come bring this ginger around and, he's the greatest ever. You know what these people do, you know? But yeah, it shouldn't be about that, but it just is what it is.
Hey, Fighter Spirit, make sure to drop by on Friday's open line. It's gonna be explosive. All right, man. Make sure you join.
Hopefully I have time, but you know, and it doesn't come easy, right? There's no easy way out, right? You don't know what I did to even do what I did. But like these maggots will never give me credit for a reason. They'll worship Elon Musk, who's never been to space before, because that's how these maggots are. But it's all good. Peace, BDA.
Take it easy, Fighter Spirit. Keep proving them wrong, man. Keep proving them wrong. All right, that was Fighter Spirit. My goodness gracious. All right, let's go.
Canelo would definitely be the main character in the soap opera, in the telenovela, while David Benavidez would be the dude that does the parking, the valet parking. No.
Yeah, Dos Mujeres Un Camino. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to... Who is next here? All right, whatever. 747, you're on the air. 747, what's on your mind?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's up, man? What's on your mind? Yes.
Yeah, hi. I just want to say to all these callers saying that Devin Haney is the truth and he's the real deal, how do you base that on? Because we got guys like Shakur Stevenson and Jaron Boots Ennis that are relatively new, and those guys are the truth. Those guys are showing their skill set against different types of fighters and being consistent and winning championships for Shakur anyways. But Devin Haney is struggling, didn't win that title from anybody. I'm not saying he doesn't have the skills to be somebody, but he hasn't proved it.
You know what, man? That's what some people have been saying too. Some of the callers and some of the people in the chat are saying, hey, come on, man, beating up on Oli Linares and struggling with Jojo Diaz. So you're on that same plane. So I got to ask you, what's your official prediction?
I think Devin has the size and the skill sets to win it, but I just don't see him doing it. I think Kambosos is just his aggression is gonna win him the decision.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got you down for Kambosos' decision. What's your name? Or what do we call you so that I can put it down here?
Just call me Z.
Z, man, a lot of people with some interesting names here. It's like we're in the CIA or something. Z, anything else you want to say before we move on?
What's that?
Anything else you want to say before we move on?
No, I just want to say real quick that neither one of these guys honestly has done anything to convince. I think if you watch boxing objectively, neither one of these guys has done anything to convince you that they're the real deal. I think this fight will kind of give us a better inclination of where you're at in your career.
Interesting. Hey, man, that sounds like that. I think you have a point there. And if you are right, I expect a lot of pandemonium from some people after the fight. Well, listen, Z, good points, good call, and call back next time, right, man?
All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in. All right, and I think this is the final call here for today. 917, you're on the air. 917, what's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going, BDA? This is David calling. I'm glad I caught the last call, man.
Yes, you have the honor, David. What's up, man?
All right, I just want to say one quick thing. I was at the Tank Davis fight this past weekend, and I was under the assumption that we're going to have a big LDBC crowd and, biased fans and whatnot. And I was under the assumption everyone's going to be, I overheard people's conversations. And there were these, excuse my language, I'm not saying this disparagingly, but some really, really thug, ghetto, scary people there.
Uh-huh.
And I overheard the conversation. These people genuinely, this was a genuine conversation. They were saying that Kambosos was going to fuck Haney up. I couldn't believe my ears. So like it turns out to be like our perception on the internet of what people like how they lean because of how they look. That's not true because these people look really scary and ghetto, and they were like,
no, come on, wait a minute.
And,
wait a minute.
And they said they didn't like Charlo. They're like, we don't like the Charlo twins. I'm like, that is crazy. So my entire stereotype is proven false right off the bat.
Well, let me ask you this.
Lastly, I want to say I'm rooting for Devin the Dream Haney. If all things being equal, he will win. But there's, it's hard. It is hard though. It's not going to be an easy win. But Kambosos is good.
All right, but now, David, let me ask you this, man. Because I'm not from the United States, so what do I know about the race relations down there? Not too much. But isn't it true that the black people from the north in the eastern part of the United States, like New York, now they don't really get along with the people from the south or from Texas?
Yeah, I got a little bit of that vibe. Like that's the way they were speaking about Charlo. Like their beef with Charlo was that they had blonde hair and they were I don't know. That's literally what the reason was. But like they didn't like him. There is a regional rivalry though. That really is true. But it doesn't mean that like like the thuggish crowd that automatically ODBC. Totally not true.
Well, you got to be careful what you say though, because Jimmy in the last episode he said that he talked about the perceived shootout that they're in the arena last week in that fight. But it wasn't really a shootout, but that's what he called it. And somebody left a quite scathing message.
There were multiple fights in the crowd. Like there were like 3 fights in the crowd. And as we were leaving, as I left after Tank, gave his interview, I leave the stadium. I'm walking towards one direction, and you see just a mob of people, kids crying, like running the other way. No one knows what happened. And someone within that midst just spread a rumor saying that there was a gunshot. And then people start panicking, and they're wilding out.
That's not right, man. Especially in these times we're living in, where everyone's on the edge with the whole gunfire and all that, and then the firearms. That's dangerous, man. That could create a stampede to get a lot of people hurt. But anyway, listen, David, I got your prediction here, and we'll call back next time, all right, man? Good to hear back from you.
Let's go, Haney. Thanks for having me. Let's go, Haney.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Call back next time. By the way, I said that he was the last call, but we still got half an hour left on the phone line. So if anybody wants to call in, it was just the last on the queue. But anyway, listen, I got to dip out for a couple of minutes. Jimmy, you guys take over.
Okay, well, BDA, so what did somebody say? They lit up left an email about what I said, because that's what was reported initially.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it. But there was 10 people hospitalized from a stampede, and his video of it, the aftermath was pretty crazy. So whether it was a gun pulled, something happened that sent people stampeding to the point they got sent to the hospital. That doesn't usually happen because of harsh words. Let's just be honest.
Well,
but
listen,
anyway.
We stirred up a hornet's nest last week because we dared criticize Tank Davis. We got a lot of weirdos leaving messages in that comment section of that last podcast. But in any event, I got to dip out for a couple of minutes, so you guys take over. Comment on what we just heard from all the people, man. What do you guys make of it? There's a big divide here.
Yeah, and I think somebody did say, I think it was a lady that said that somebody had a gun, and that's why the rumor got around. And that spreads like wildfire. If somebody got a gun, you got to get the fuck out of Dodge. And somebody heard that. And it reverberated in the crowd, and it caused a pandemonium.
Yeah, they smashed through glass. I mean, somebody sent me a video. You know what I mean? That's one thing about being on the show. I got some DMs, people send me shit, and the damage was pretty severe. It sent people to the hospital, 10.
Well,
so
everybody's
you know
on
sorry, bro.
Everybody's on the edge because you just had a school shooting and all that, and then, like you said, Jimmy, in the crowd when you have those PVC fights, usually something happens.
Yeah,
so it's possible.
Pop off.
And imagine
and it spilled into the hallway. That's it. I just wanted to add that, bro.
Yeah.
But anyways, getting back to the fight that we have this Saturday, like it's from what I've been hearing from the callers, it's a close fight. And that's the way it should be, I think. Well, I mean, it's a close fight in the sense that it's 50-50. I mean, we had some callers say that Haney's going to win by stoppage, and then we have other callers saying that Kambosos is going to win by stoppage. It's going to be easy. So there's extremes here. But it's split. The predictions here are split, man.
Ucho, can I ask you something? And you too, Gonzalo? What do you think? I mean, this has to rate. Think about it. At the end of this fight, one of these guys is going to be the next undisputed, right? Added to that list, what, number 9 or 10th in the 4-belt era? That's pretty crazy, considering Teofimo. I mean, Kambosos was an unknown mandatory, and with how he got his belt. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, the 35-pound division, it's kind of been a little like the 154-pound division until Charlo, he won like fights back-to-back or 3 fights in a row. It's kind of like a revolving door. The title's been switching hands versus Lomachenko. Theo, Kambosos, now Haney. He's got that belt. Who's supposed to win? People don't know. Yeah. So yeah, whoever wins, will they be considered like the man? Yeah, they should, but I mean, what happened to Lomachenko? Well, yeah, he lost against Theo, so the guy that wins still has like a lot to prove.
What do you think, Ucho?
Reading here the chat. Anyways, the winner, where does he fall or rank in that pound for pound rankings? Where would you rate him?
I wouldn't put it that high, bro. Oh, no, not because yes, you're undisputed, man, but there's nuances. I mean, Haney didn't fight anybody to get his belt, and his resume is what it is. It's not too heavy. And Kambosos really is one big win is Teo. So think about becoming a 4-belt undisputed champion, and you have one big belt. Well, it'll be, if he wins, it'll be a second big win with Kambosos. But I got to say, too, brother, it can't be understated. His father not going, it has to play in his head a little bit. When will bother him the most? If he had a bad round or was rocked. It's just that, you know what I mean? That connection you have with your dad. It can be a calming thing. You just look in his eyes. I'll tell you, when it's him always being there, that's just been a consistent in his life. He goes back and is his dad. I don't know how much that's going to play on him. Will it not play him on them all? I have a hard time believing that. And then you throw in the 60,000 very hostile fans, because I don't think he's going to be traveling, right? Yeah. I think all those things combined, brother.
It's a good win. It's a good win because it might affect them, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Going forward, if he can pass through this test without the dad, that means that later, okay, I've done it once. I don't need my dad there all the time. And I know it's not like Theo and his father, Teofimo Lopez Sr. That dude's a cancer. I'm not saying that Bill Haney is like that. But sometimes, it's probably also like the rest, dude, because the fathers pass you that energy too. No, they have a lot of expectation. So it might not be like he misses them so much, but does he really need him that much that if he wins still, it's just going to make him stronger for that? His own man. I mean, the he's becoming a man, no.
Well, would you think it's a different outcome, or would you change your position on the winning of who's going to win this fight if this fight was happening in Vegas? Do you think that would make a difference? Where he, if it was his home, that's what I'm saying. So we say that because it's such a big deal. I think just the 60,000 hostile fans for the first time in the magnitude of the fight, Kambosos. And can I just add one thing, because I wasn't on earlier? I got to say, listen, not that it means anything. I didn't like what Kambosos did. The reason being, he was, I guess, palling with fucking Haney. They were getting along. They were hanging out, texting, whatever. He doesn't owe fucking Teofimo anything. And if he's his boy, like if you were fighting a dude, not you were talking to me and I said, hey, listen, this is what you should do, or this is what I heard. That's and for him to call that a rat, you can say that was slimy, or I didn't like the term rat because the connotation, what it has in the States is totally right. Not a rat at all. That was silly.
Hey,
right?
Jimmy, he's a rat. Full family full of rats. He's a rat. Whole family full of rats.
Full of rats. But I'll tell you what. Like I think it's kind of fucking. Yeah, no, I didn't like it at all, man. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like that he did that, and then I didn't like the fact that he put it on blast too. It's like, wow, I try to help you out, and then you turn around, and you put it out in public like that, and they call me a rat. So anyway, I didn't think it needed to be done.
Well, you know what it is, man? You know what it is? It's because when he was going up against Teofimo Lopez, Lopez was seen as the instigator, and he was seen as the bad guy. But now that you take Lopez out of the equation, you realize by himself, George Kambosos is a bit of a shit stirrer. He's a bit of an edgelord, as they say on the internet. He pisses people off, man. He's shit talk, and I don't like that too much either myself.
And Kambosos sees Haney as somebody that's going to be able to be manipulated mentally. Because he's younger or something. He sees, now he plays that role. Now he feels like, I'm the champion. I'm experienced. I'm gonna get into his head.
Yeah, and those guys are racist too, man. They don't like the Aboriginals. And if you look at Devin Haney's nose, he looks a little bit like an Aboriginal.
Excellent. That's right. It's a good point from. Hey, no, Gonzalo's right. Hey, listen, Gonzalo was in the shit over in Iraq. He knows about being surrounded by hostiles, and he knows when somebody likes somebody and when somebody doesn't like, when somebody dislikes the other. So I think Gonzalo's onto something. Maybe Kambosos. Again, I'm not casting aspersions on all Australians, but Kambosos. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Jimmy mentioned something like, if this fight would have taken place in the United States, would this have changed something? And yes, it would have. I mean, he's being groomed to be this next Mayweather, so this superstar, fighting in the United States. It's a huge difference when you're fighting. Like, this is Haney's biggest fight, okay? Imagine he was fighting this fight in the United States. Man, he's like in his home country. The Australian guy has to obviously come to your country. It's not that, man. This guy, Haney has to go. Haney has to go to Australia without his father in a fucking huge arena, in a stadium, basically. You tell me that's not going to affect him? Of course it will.
Hey, by the way, sorry, Bucho, but I'm gonna address your point. But everyone that's on the phone lines right now on hold, stay on hold. Okay, we're gonna get to your calls. Yeah, we're gonna get. We got
a bunch of phone calls again.
Should I get to them now? Because we only got 17 minutes left.
Let's go.
All right, let's go and make your points quickly, fellas, because we're almost at the end here. So make them quickly. Make them quick, rather. Let's go to. All right, let's go. I think this 978. You're on the air. 978. What's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Doing fantastic, man. What's up?
Beautiful. Yeah, I like Kambosos, mainly because it's in Australia.
Hey,
if it was in Las Vegas, I would probably be saying it would be a toss-up, but Kambosos unanimous decision.
All right, Dennis, I love to hear from you, but I'm going to have to move on to another call because it looks like you're disarming a bomb there in the background, all right? So I'm going to have to move on.
Man, lately I've been calling. I've been getting a bad connection every time I try to call you.
No, but it sounds like there's a beeping noise. It sounds like you're disarming a bomb and you got 2 minutes to live. So there it is. It's gone.
Done.
No, hold on. It's gone. It's gone. Dennis, are you still there?
A forklift in the Home Depot.
Yeah, that's true. Dennis, are you still there? Are you still in one piece?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like Kambosos, and I'd say Kambosos by decision, because then I heard Jimmy say something about if it was in Las Vegas. That got me thinking the call. Like, if it was in Las Vegas, I'd probably think that Haney would have a better shot. But if he boxes off the back foot, the crowd and the judges will be influenced by the aggression of Kambosos, and I just think that's where my money's going. Anyway, I'm putting it on Kambosos at the plus 700 to win by decision.
All right. Well, listen, I got you down there, Dennis.
Okay, my friends.
You got Kambosos
Have a good
by
night.
decision.
Get to that next call. See you.
All right. Thank you, Dennis. Call back next time, man, when there's less noise. All right. That's Dennis. Oh, no, hold on. He's still on the air. Yeah, Dennis, what's up? Dennis, you still there? What happened? Oh shit! All right. Well, I guess he did. Yeah. So
oh no!
I heard the beeping again. The explosion. And by the way, shout out to Texas Bulldog for his contribution with the super chat. I forgot to get to it way back. I missed it. He says people always talk down Haney, but they need $10 million to fight. Oh, he's saying that people demand a lot of money just to get in the ring with Devin Haney. Shout out to Texas Bulldog. Always appreciate him listening to the show and contributing. Shout out to Texas Bulldog. All right, let's get to another phone call here. We got to make it quick because we're running out of time. Shit, where were we? All right, 210. You're on the air. 210. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Anthony from Texas.
Anthony from Texas. What's up, man?
Hey, shout out to Jimmy, man. He, I reached out to him on Twitter. I was like, hey, man, what's the phone number? I've been trying to call him for weeks, but he listened to my feedback, and I know y'all got that phone number up on the screen last week. So, hey, shout out. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your take, man. I think he's one of the favorite. Is this Rod? He's one of the favorite personalities in boxing, man. I'm telling you, so shout out to Jimmy. All you guys. You guys are funny as hell, dude. So.
Well, Jimmy,
is this
anyway, guys? Hey, real quick.
Yeah, is this Rod? Is this Rod, the guy Rod on Twitter?
Yeah, it's Rod. Yeah, it is Rod.
Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah,
good guy, guys. This guy's a good dude,
not
man.
much, man. Not much, man. Yeah, man. I've been listening to y'all listening to you chime in for on Steve Kim's show and Montero's, man. So good peoples, man, all around. But hey, this is as good as it gets. Real quick, man. I know this is to me this is a 50-50. I know that Kambosos is the slight underdog. I think that the weight is going to really affect what's his name, Haney's chin. So we seen Canelo get dropped by Cotto because when he was at a lighter weight. Oscar did the same thing. Tito, I think so with his weight cut, and we know he's squeezing down. I think Kambosos has a shot, and he's quick. So I think it's a toss up. One day I was like, you know what, I'm going to go with the home guy. He's quick. He has power. We've seen Haney hurt, and then I see Haney's boxing IQ and his ability. And but the weight is what really concerns me with him. So man, I'm excited. I really look forward to the Showtime fights too. Fulton, he's one of those guys that's actually taking on tough fight after tough fight. So we don't see that a lot. You know what I mean? And we're not going to see it from guys like Tank for a long time. So I'm looking forward to this weekend, guys. Thanks for I'm headed out to work and appreciate what you guys do, man. I'm gonna try to call in more. Thanks again, Jimmy. Now I got the ditch.
Definitely.
Hey, thank you for your call. Anthony, man, and good hearing from you. I hope you call back next time, man. Good call. All right, take it easy, man.
Yeah, he would get along good with Gonzalo. He's ex-service too, Gonzalo. He was in the military too.
Oh. Hey, shout out to Jimmy recruiting. Jimmy spreading the BDA gospel, man. Shout out to Jimmy. All right, we got to move on to these calls because we got 12 minutes left. We got to get to all these calls here. Let's go to 309. You're on the air. 309. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's happening, bro, man? How you doing?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself, man?
Hello? Man, pretty good. Hey, man, you know what time the fight's going to be? I know they're saying it's going to be different from Australia and the U.S., right? Are they going to fight at night in Australia? It's going to be at... How they going to do it, man? Kind of confused on that.
So am I. Let me check real quick for you. But
it's going to be at night over here in America. At night.
Oh, it's going to be at night in America? Cool, man. Oh, my man. I got Kambosos winning, bro, by decision,
Oh.
Unanimous decision. That's going to be my call.
Kambosos unanimous decision. All right. Yeah.
All right, brother. Good hear from you, man. You'll take it easy, all right?
No, but hold on. Before you go, hold on. We need to get your identification. What do we call you on the
KO Search, bro.
KO Search. What's up, KO Search? Good to hear from you, man.
Man, just chilling like a villain, man. Now, I was just trying to figure out what time the fight's going to be because I'm not trying to miss it. You know how the time zone is all different and shit from here in Australia?
Yeah. Okay, so like Bucho said, it's going to be nighttime here in North America, and over there it's going to be daytime. It's probably going to be in the morning.
Oh, that's cool, though, bro. That's cool, man.
That's right.
Right on, man. Appreciate it, man.
All right, KO Search, thank you for calling in, man. Catch you on the next one.
I'll catch you later, man.
Take it easy, man. All right, yeah, so it's like the Jeff Horn-Pacquiao fight. All right, let's get to... Hold on a second. Who's next here? 3, 2, 1.
We know how it would be. It would be
3, 2, 1, you're on the air, man. By the way, you got to turn down your radio or your computer, whatever it is, because I can hear noise in the background there, caller. 3, 2, 1, you got to turn off your speakers, man.
That's what I was going to say, Go. I was going to say, I talked to H.
3, 2, 1, are you there? 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, you're on the air, man.
Yes. Quantum Rob is alive. I am here. I am alive. Yes, I am alive.
Sounds like the Joker.
Working on my legs, my body, getting my functions going. I know it's the end of the show, but if you guys want to know, you guys got to tune in Friday. so you guys can know the story what happened. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to tune in Friday.
Great
promotion. I think it was the perfect time for me to chime in because everybody's like, "Yo, is that really him?" Yes, it's really me. I'm here. I was locked into the other side for 2 years almost, and yes, I did see the other side. I have very deep stuff to tell people now.
No kidding.
And this is one of the greatest shows on YouTube. When it comes to boxing, I have always tuned in to BDA. Not only he gives people a chance, but you don't come on here. I love how he cuts people off when it's like, when they're not at context of what they're supposed to be. I've missed this. I've missed this for many years, and you can't even imagine. Like, I've been gone for almost 2 years, and then you wake up, bang, out of nowhere, like a long sleep, and life goes by. But that's a whole another story. Other than that, I wanted to say yes. BDA can confirm, yes, this is Quantum Conversations. Yes, I am who I am. I am here. I'm alive. The whole internet's going to explode, because I'm dead. I was dead. My woman said I was dead on my laptop that she took. She said I was dead. She told everybody that I was dead, but she gave up on me. Because the doctors told her,
Well, listen, Quantum. You gotta leave a little something to the imagination for Friday because you're doing a good job promoting it. You're doing a good job of keeping people in suspense.
Of course. No, there's plenty more. There's plenty more. I'm over here getting my motor mechanical skills back on the track over here, and now that I can actually talk now, I'm still a little bit vague from. I was a streamer on YouTube. I went on my YouTube and I seen. I'm still a little bit vague to it, and I'm still recollecting. You know what's crazy? I'm still recollecting. But we leave it for Friday.
Friday, Quantum. Yeah, I was about to say we gotta leave it for Friday.
Friday, because it's gonna make it exciting. It's gonna make it big. Everybody's gonna be clamoring about this all week.
They already are.
Gonna hear from me.
They already are, Quantum. They already are clamoring for it. So just leave it at that.
Everybody's already going crazy. Going crazy. So
don't give out too much anymore.
I'm over here doing therapy and getting my motor mechanics in proper zones where I could get back home. But I wanted to call back because the people on the chat, and it's the best way to end such an amazing. Just another amazing episode by BDA. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We got surprises going on. A person resurrected. That's why I called myself Machiavelli, because I still live. A person resurrected out of nowhere on the stream right there before you. A person that I've been dead for almost 2 years to everybody.
Rob,
I am here. I'm alive.
Yeah. Final statement, because we do have to go. We got other people on the line too, and like I said, I don't want you giving out too much.
No, go ahead. So everybody, Friday. This is gonna be lit. This is gonna be fire. Hopefully, I have more energy. Trust me, it takes me a lot of energy just to even talk on the phone right now. I'm trying my best to keep my composure, but I can barely even keep my breath.
All right, get those knees oiled. Get those knees oiled. Put some.
Friday. BDA. Thank you. Everybody on the panel. Thank you. And hey, keep doing your good job. And Friday, you're gonna hear from me, man. You're gonna hear from me. But I'm gonna be on the panel, though.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna be on the panel.
Fantastic. All right, there we go. That's Rob, Quantum Rob, resurrecting. As you can see, the true path of the Crimson Cross is real. It is. That's why they call it a true path, and Quantum Rob is the personification of that, all right, fellas? So anyone that's out there trying to make fun of Rob, you got another thing coming on Friday. All right, let's get to another phone call here real quick. We're running out of time. Jeez Louise. Let's go to... Come on, fucking work. What's going on? All right, for some reason it's not working anymore. It's got to be the Quantum Rob effect. Hold on a second. 619, you're on the air. 619, what's on your mind?
Ucho there? Ucho?
619, you're on the air. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air, bro.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, we can hear you, man. What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask if Bucho wanted to mow my lawn. That stupid beaner.
Oh, Well, there you go. That's we had to have all sorts of calls. Yes, he actually charges quite a bundle. So you better be prepared, man.
Tell that beaner to mow my lawn this Saturday.
You only had to say once, man. All right, he hung up. You had one fantastic call from Quantum Rob, and then you got one bad troll job. All right, 347, you're on the air. 347, what's on your mind?
347, it's the Cloudinator back again. I just realized in my excitement, I forgot to give my official prediction. Look, Haney,
you did give
I'll make it quick for you. I know you don't got all the time in the world. You know, we're not running on the fountain of the youth here, but look, Haney is going to win. Unanimous decision, 7 rounds to 5. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. It's what's going to happen. But look, if he does lose to Kombucha, Haney better not come up with excuses. Oh, my father, he wasn't there in Australia with me. What are you going to do, cry because Bill wasn't there holding you on your little Razor scooter? He wasn't there to bake you a cake when you were running home after your training days? So, look, either way this goes, we all know, just like I said, these guys aren't real undisputed. We know Lomachenko and Tank Davis would ice both of these dudes, so this is just a joke. But look, Haney, unanimous decision, just making sure it's on the books with you guys, BDA. I want to make sure I'm always on the books. I don't want to evade my taxes in the BDA community. I'm just making sure. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man.
God bless.
Thank you. God bless. Right back at you, man. He actually had given his prediction, but he had to give it twice. No, actually, he was a little bit more, what's it called? It was a little bit more precise about his prediction. He was a little bit more, whatever, on the point, whatever. So anyway, fuck, man. We had to go through a lot of calls today, man. We still got 3 minutes in case anybody wants to call in. But, Jimmy, I wanted to ask you, man, this whole fucking thing about the tablet that supposedly Bill Haney is going to be in the corner via iPad or at the Android device. The speaker on those things is shit. Absolute total fucking shit. Even when I got the TV on, it can't compete with the TV on at the lowest volume. So imagine being surrounded by thousands of drunk Australians. They're going to have music playing in between rounds. Is it really more trouble than help to have Bill Haney there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be ridiculous. Why would you do that? Imagine being the guy in the corner. You want him to focus on you. I mean, because you wouldn't want him to have to be looking at the tablet too, right? If maybe somebody held an earpiece to his ear in case he needed some encouragement from his father, he had a bad round or whatever. But if his father's comfortable and he's comfortable enough with the person, his cornerman, that's his cornerman. And that means they should trust him enough to listen to his advice. So, you know what I mean? If it was my kid and I said, okay, you're the fucking first trainer, you know what I mean, that night, I expect you to have all the same authority as I do. And if not, I wouldn't trust him in the corner. So, yeah, he needs to focus on a dude who's there with him, not some dude who's watching on television, you know? Unless something really bad happened, you put it to his head. That's all dependent upon how much he needs to hear from his father. To me, it was a bad look. Like, you really need your father that bad that they're even discussing that? It kind of makes me hard to believe that, it doesn't matter. Everything's all set. You know, they're crying out. I mean, they're saying that. That's no big deal. I set them all up. But then the next breath, they're trying to figure out some way to get a wireless connection.
Well, I mean, yes. It's I don't know. I can't imagine Devin Haney. He's got a whole bunch of things on his head during the fight in between rounds. And then he's got to turn around.
90 seconds.
Jeez, Luis. Then he's got to see a shitty connection there. Low-grade image of his father all close to the camera. Fucking unshaven. I mean, it's not a good look. It's unnecessary. Is what I'm trying to get. And I completely agree with you, Jimmy. It's gonna hurt more than it's gonna help.
And what happens if he has a bad connection? His father saying, "Don't try to go out on your shield." Right? And you get go out on your shield. And so he goes in and starts swinging for the fences.
Or imagine
right?
he says, "Do it." Imagine he says, "Do it for your wife," but it sounds like he's saying, "I'm doing your wife," or something like that. I mean, you never know, man. It could be trouble. Could be trouble. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
By the way, I dropped the Discord link for Quantum Rob again, so the disc, so he can drop by on Friday. Hopefully, he doesn't leave us hanging. And Butcher, when you gonna get around to mowing that lawn, man? No. He's telling me to go fuck myself with his silence. That's not good. That's not good. All right. Well, listen. You know what? Anthony from Texas made a good point, though. He brought up the Daniel Roman versus Fulton fight. That's going on Showtime same night. Nobody's talking about it. The Haney Kambosos fight has overtaken it. What do you think about that fight, fellas?
That's a good fight.
Little scrap.
Yeah. Fulton's got the ability to throw shots, and even if they're not hard, they're eye catching. They're eye catching. They're pleasing to the eye for as far as like from a boxing perspective. The viewer watches him punch, even though it might not have a lot of power, it's got some snap on his shots that he's pushing these dudes' heads back, and they're scoring blows and they're very eye catching. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, listen. Some people in the chat are saying they don't give a shit about that fight. You should, because it's Stephen Fulton is. If he's not already, then he should be. If he keeps it up, he might be one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. But he's got to get past MJ first. MJ, what's his? I'm not even gonna try to say his last name, but MJ, the Eastern European undefeated guy, he already has a win over Magdaliev. Yeah, he already has a win over Roman. Although he did struggle a little bit against the Chilean Manny Pacquiao in his last fight, I believe. But he's got a fight coming up as well. So we gotta keep an eye on these guys, see what's going on. MMA Champ says Ogawa versus Cordonia too. Yeah, that's another one that's gonna be coming up. So fuck, man, we got a lot of boxing. And then Inoue Donaire 2 on Tuesday. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me.
That's excellent right there.
You're kidding me. Why are you kidding me? I mean, that's a lot of boxing, man. Anybody that says boxing is dead.
If I was on your show, you would say, no way.
What?
Remember that kid earlier? That was, if I was on your show, you'd be like, no way. And I'm saying, exactly what he'd be saying.
Well, that's what he's got. That was Quantum Rob, who's he's back, man. He's back from the dead.
That was Quantum Rob?
That's right. The one.
Oh, the Genetical? That was him?
Genetical. Yeah, you got to bring that up. Yeah, that was him, man. All right. Well, listen.
I thought that was a separate person. No, sorry.
No. In any event, man, we said it all. I guess we said it all. We gotta save a little something for Friday. Open lines Friday. Anyone can come in. Quantum Rob said he's gonna show up, and if Fighter Spirit shows up at the same time, I think it's gonna be the end of the world. We're gonna, when they tested the first nuclear bomb, theoretically they were afraid that it might cause a schism in the fabric of reality, and they still went ahead and did it. So that's why we're going to be seeing, we could potentially Quantum Rob and Fighter Spirit on the same show. Ooh, could be trouble. In any event, guys, anything else?
They're not besties?
No, it's just they're on a completely different wavelength. And it's a wavelength that's completely different from ours as well. So it's that's all. I'm just going to leave it at that, man. I'm just going to leave it at that. What else was I going to say? Anything else you guys want to say before we move on? Before we leave?
That's pretty much it for me. See you guys later.
All right, check out Gonzalo's channel. Lobito's Boxing Den. Well, he called it something else now, though.
No.
Just what?
Lobito's Breakdowns. Lobito's Boxing Breakdowns.
Lobito's fucking breakdowns. All right, there you go. There you have it. That's go check out Lobito's channel, man. The Clubinator in the chat says, great show, BDA, great to be back. The return of the club. I didn't know you would ever went away, man. I thought the Clubinator was always amongst us. But hey, a lot of comebacks. A lot of comebacks here today. Don't call it a comeback, I suppose. But again, listen, Jimmy, thank you for being on as always, man. Shout out to Gonzalo as well. Bucho. The Chief could make it, but he sends his regards as well to all of you guys. So thanks again for joining us, fellas. Couldn't do it without you here on the panel. Always entertaining and informative as well. Same goes for the callers. Thank you guys for calling in. Thank you guys for everyone that donated to the Super Chat. Texas Bulldog, Dennis from Boston. You know what? You used to be able to check out who donated here on YouTube. That doesn't allow you anymore. Fuck. Anyway, you guys know who you are. Thanks again for your contributions. Everyone that's part of the BDM membership program. Everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Quantum Rob, the one and only, working on his knees. Knockout Ned, the Quacks, shout out to the Quacks. HJ, J Money, shout out to J Money, says, what happened to Recognize? He said he was going to be MIA, but I'm getting a little worried because usually he was replying back to our emails. It's been a couple of weeks now. But he did that last year. Actually, 2 years ago. He did the same thing. And then he resurfaced months later. So hopefully he's all right. We're going to try to get in touch with him. Shout out to the Clubinator, Chris Gonzalez, Stuart T. Dolls, Kevin Fuentes, Eparokua, Don Ramon Champ, Roy Babinu, JC, El Pinche Punch. You guys know who you are. If I missed anybody, it's because we got to go. Funkritis, all you guys, thank you for joining us, guys. Catch you on the next one. See you Open Lives Friday. Take it easy, fellas.
Get online. I need BDA Boxing.